Welcome to New Avalon, home to magic. Here you'll find a plethora of fine dining establishments as well as plenty of nightlife. New Avalon is a melting pot of different cultures, and wherever you're coming from, there's a place for you. At least that's what they tell you. In reality, New Avalon is a city struggling under its own weight, bleeding out vice and money to those who know where to dig it out. But my apologies. That's no way to start a story. Once upon a time, there was a boy who lived in a tower. Shulgi. You wake up like every other morning. Your automated blinds open, and the sunlight pours into your... You wake up, stretch your arms, and step out of bed. Looking out through the large window against the wall, you see the skyline of New Avalon. Looking out over all the different hustle and bustle, the different skyscrapers of downtown. How do you start your morning?
Well, another day, another dollar. Haha. Yeah, that old joke. So Shulgi's gonna go ahead and do his usual morning routine. What day of the week is it?
It's probably Wednesday.
A Wednesday? Okay, so it's a pretty slow day. Wednesdays are pretty slow for him. So basically he gets up, he does his morning workout in the little home gym that he has in like a part of the living room. Awesome. With the treadmill and things like that. Cardio, get his reps in on the with his weights and stuff like that. And then he has his morning smoothie, the prepared ones that are just kind of sitting there. And then he gets dressed, and then he goes out to his office in Shamash Industries. He gets the daily report or whatever that he needs to do, and
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty slow going, but
you get ready and you start to head out. Would you like to describe to us what Shulgi looks like?
Yes. So Shulgi Shamash, he is a 21-year-old male identifying individual. Relatively tall. I'd say he's about 5'11", 6 even, maybe. Darkish, kind of tan skin, long hair tied up into long dark hair tied into a ponytail with a very ornate kind of hair tie. It's almost like a metal ring.
Yeah, like a Pisces.
Yeah, like almost like Dijin inspired. But yeah, he's of Middle Eastern descent. And he's he beams with a kind of energy that when he walks into a room, eyes turn to him. Mm. It's of some kind of importance, but you don't understand why.
Gotcha.
And yeah, he just kind of gets ready for the day.
Gotcha. As you head out of your room and are getting ready to walk down through this sort of hallway and out towards your main living space to get out through the main door, you see sitting on the couch in the living room is your roommate Eric. He's sort of your typical kind of run-of-the-mill white guy.
Right.
He's got sweatpants and a t-shirt on. It looks like he's not ready to go anywhere. It's probably earlier in the morning, and he's kind of just woken up, and you've already gotten ready for your day. He's got dirty blonde hair and brown eyes, and kind of the scruff of somebody who hasn't shaved in a couple weeks.
Right. And like Shulgi, I forgot to mention that Shulgi is very well put together. Extremely almost stately even, but he's very well kept. He keeps his clothes well kept. He's very well maintained in terms of hair and facial hair and features.
Absolutely, and that is contrasted heavily by the who has moved in just about a month ago. Right. Your parents put the other room in your apartment in your penthouse up for rent at a remarkably low rate, and Eric moved in.
Which Shulgi was even surprised by. He thought that his parents would at least try to make that price way higher than it actually should be. So Shulgi was surprised by that, but
Yeah. And as you're heading to walk out, you see that Eric is kind of sitting on the couch watching the news, and he goes, "Hey, I think this is a story about you guys."
What?
And as he points up to the screen, a news report comes by. And there's a woman in sort of the usual news reporter suit sitting there, goes, "As repairs continue in the port quarter of Old Town, tensions rise between locals and industrial workers sent in for repairs. Shamash Industries, the main proponent in these repairs, released a statement earlier this week saying, Shamash Industries aims to assist the public in a way that leaves room for community to grow, not to limit them through it. And at the moment, construction has come to a halt with no established date to resume." And Eric goes, "Wow, you guys are still working on that? I thought you and your dad had a plan for that or whatever.
We did. I don't know what happened. See, that's the problem, Eric. Sometimes you are told certain things, but you're not told the whole story, I think. It tends to be a thing I constantly tell them. I say, hey, as someone who's inheriting this company, I think it'd be a pretty good idea if I were to know things, but you know how my dad is.
I have no clue how your dad is.
Oh, yeah, you don't know how my dad is, don't you?
But that sounds like it sucks.
Let's just say he and I don't really see eye to eye on certain important things, and I think that the company is run in a certain way that I think needs to be adjusted.
That's valid. Everybody has their opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, some are just stronger than others, unfortunately. But anyways, don't you have class or something? You're up.
Oh,
remarkably
no. So
early.
my class isn't until 11, so I have some time.
Oh, okay, cool. Sick, dude.
Yeah.
You need anything else from...
I'm pretty good. I'm chilling.
All right. Well, smoothies are in the fridge if you want one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, dude. And just, let me know what you need. I'm gonna be heading out. I gotta get some meetings and stuff, but catch you around.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Shulgi kind of gives him we have at this point I think Shulgi and Eric have this really ornate, very in-depth handshake, slaps, fist bumps, the whole 9 yards, jumping in a circle, doing cool things, chest bump at the end. Shulgi kind of is the chest bump. Shulgi gets really excited for the chest bump, and he almost knocks Eric to the ground every single time. Just he doesn't know his own strength sometimes, but after that, he picks him back up and he goes, see you later, bro.
See you later.
And Shulgi heads on out.
Right. And as you're heading out, something actually catches your ear. On the same news report, you hear something about disappearances, and you turn around and hear, if I find it in my notes, apparently I've lost the ability to read.
No, it's okay.
Gotcha. In other news, a string of disappearances has occurred in the downtown area. LeVar Holmes, 65, Donald Farlow, 76, Janice Tarrenton, 70, and James Choi, 84, have all disappeared within the past month. If you have any information regarding suspects or victims, please call the number on screen now. As the door sort of closes behind you, you mark that in the back of your head.
Yeah, as Shulgi marks that, I don't know if we have some kind of communication system with my friends, but if I do have that system in place, I would just kind of send a message saying, I saw this on the news, just letting you guys know, keep it on your radar.
We can text each other.
I'm pretty sure we have a group chat at this point.
I assume that you all have a group chat or some sort of phone. Maybe Birdie doesn't.
Birdie probably doesn't, but the rest of us probably
But
do.
we'll get back to that.
But Shulgi immediately...
Birdie stole a phone. As soon as a group chat got made, he was like, I have to be a part of it.
With Andy has a little burner. That's
Yeah. He has like a little burner phone.
But yeah, no, that's so funny.
The
flip phone, Birdie's a flip phone. No, but Shulgi would immediately clock that and send that in the news. If he could find it online, like a news clip, like a link for the video, he'd also send that. But just be like, hey guys, found this on the news. Keep this on your radar. This is something to note.
Birdie immediately responds, man, they're all old.
That's kind of rude, but whatever. And then
you put your phone in your
way.
pocket and the doors of the elevator close, our camera fades up, and once upon a time, there was a man with a silver tongue. As we pan down to a phone screen, we are in wherever Price lives. Where do you think Price lives? Are you hotel room hopping? Do you have
No, Price has a place. Price has a normal place that Price hasn't been staying at ever since the disappearance the arrest of his love. But he had a very nice place, because I think at this point in their, crime partnership that they've managed to, that obviously they still are, steal from the rich, give from the poor energy, but they still have a place that isn't
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all, by any means. But right now, he has a sort of is living in this wing of this building that isn't being used right now. But he set up a place that looks like it's been used for probably a month or two at this point. So it's definitely not abandoned. It's comfortable enough, but it's also definitely bootleg and makeshift.
Yeah, absolutely. So you come in and check your phone to see a text from Shulgi in the group chat, detailing that there's been a string of disappearances happening in the downtown area.
And then
And
just
then
you see the
Brady
follow up and be like, that was weird, but whatever. And then you see that's the last text. But yeah, you get the link to the video as well if you want to watch that.
Yeah. So the first thing that I do is I click on that link and I look at the people and I try to scan them as my character does. But because it's through technology, I think that it works to an extent. But if someone really, really understood and knew the person, they'd be able to tell that something was off.
Yeah.
So to the common person, I think it would work. But to someone who knew the person, or to someone who had spent like enough time around the person, I think there would be something not quite there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And does that, realizes that, I think he has an understanding and a sense of how it works. So I think he knows that like it didn't really work, but kind of worked. And goes about his day and goes to this sort of, I think he's the type that does go to this sort of downtown area.
Yeah.
And I think he does a trick similar to what we've seen from him in the past, which is, he sort of loiters and waits around maybe a street corner, waits for somebody to come by, sort of scans them, waits a little while longer until that person's clearly gone, and then finds the nearest dark place or corner or closed door to switch into that person into. Because I think he likes to spend as little time as possible as what he really looks like.
Gotcha. And while we're at it, would you like to describe what he looks like?
I was about to say, maybe that's the perfect segue. So Price looks relatively like a normal dude. I think he's on the taller side. He's got blonde hair and blue eyes. I think that if you were to see the person, that they look pretty well kempt and put together, but they're definitely not like Shamas Industries level of like, not in some big suit and like, or any of that kind of crap. But I think definitely looks like they're put together. Besides that, a relatively normal looking person. Probably wouldn't stand out in a crowd. Probably recognizable, but also, if there were 100 people in a room, it wouldn't be the first person you'd see.
Gotcha.
So I think today he was just in a very basic. I think he probably had maybe a hoodie on and maybe some jeans or something like that, and was just walking around until this switch happened. And I think today he found a relatively white-collar looking Wall Street type
Gotcha.
to switch into, because I think he's curious and wants to try and get to the bottom of things, and a way to do that is to go for a what could be a vulnerable population maybe, and seeing that you're presenting as this super rich, he's looking to see if maybe these disappearances have to do with something financial or what's going on.
100%. Do you make a contact with your man on the inside to try to figure out some more of what's going on?
Yeah, I think he says what's up to his guy on the inside. Right. I think he shoots him a text. I'd say
it's... Okay, you send him a text?
Yeah.
You send Armand a text. What's up? He responds, hey man, do you need something? What's going on?
Saw on the news today this string of disappearances downtown. Do you have any word on it? ? I think it's a pretty kind of relationship.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
There's a while of the three dots in the corner typing out before you get a response that says, not much. Only things that they share is their age. Their age and their location. And then it responds, some of them were kind of prominent. We have some occupations for a few of them. And says, we know that LeVar Holmes used to work as a bus driver before his disappearance. We know that Janice Tarrenton was registered in Shady Oaks Nursing Home for a while. before her disappearance. And then he says something strange about the nursing home is they have no footage on their security cameras of her ever leaving. And then says, besides that, the other two are retired.
Huh. Okay.
He
And
says,
they
"That's
were
all
and I write back, you said they were all over 60?
All over 50, easily.
All over 50. I say,
The news report says that LeVar Holmes was 65. Donald Farlow was 76. Janice Tarrington was 70. James Choi was 84.
okay. I say, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Send it
problem.
off. I immediately reroute because now that I have new information, I can pinpoint the vulnerable population. So I was thinking in my Robin Hood financial kind of brain. That's why I chose a broker type. But now I can see that it seems to be age affiliated potentially. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did earlier, but with the first old looking person I see.
Yeah, you see sort of an older woman. She's walking by. She's kind of pushing one of those like carts with groceries in it. As she walks down, she's got like a headscarf on and sort of a light jacket. It's about early March as of right now.
Okay.
And it's still a little bit of that winter cold has set in, but besides that, it's sort of it's starting to warm up a little bit.
Okay.
So she has that sort of light jacket on as she walks past you.
Okay. So I will see that.
Yeah, you mark
Scan
it.
that thing. Dip into the nearest place, which will say, yeah.
I was just gonna ask, when you turn into these people, do you attain their physical attributes, or are you still you? You just look like them.
That's a good question.
You look like them. So
Oh, so you just look like them, but you're still you.
You have your voice. You have...
No. I am fully them.
Oh, you completely turn into them.
I completely turn into them, but it's still like my conscience and my understanding and my knowledge.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I get it. So I was just asking if you turn into an old person, do you have like the strength of an old person, or do you have the strength of you?
Well, that's where it gets tricky. Is I think in situations like that, I think I still have my physical abilities. It just does not appear that way.
I
at
see.
all.
Okay.
So in other words, it doesn't look like it's not like the build of me transformed into this 80-year-old. I am the build of that 80-year-old, but I can still have like I don't become as weak as the 80-year-old.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't inherit arthritis.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
exactly
Not
correct.
the inheritance.
So
understood. Thank you.
so I clock that. I think I go into the nearest. I think there's a subway station right nearby. Walk down there into the bathroom. Voop, come out, and I just begin a walk towards the downtown area.
Awesome. All right. As you head out, we pan up and out to a dark sort of area, and we say, once upon a time, there was a man with many faces. As we pan down and into, as a pair of automatic doors open, and we see Jason Galanis sort of sitting at the counter of Z-Slate Mattress Store. Z-Slate Mattress Store, where you can save more.
Security powered by Shamash Industries.
Exactly. As as you sit in the same way that you do in this absolutely empty mattress store. What is Jason thinking right now?
Well, he's thinking, oh shit, it's real. People are going missing. Do you want me to describe what I look like?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have sort of a sloppy black mop going on. It's kind of like a Jesus haircut with the beard to match.
Oh wow, nice.
He has sort of this pair of like disarming blue eyes that kind of break from that look. It contrasts because they're brighter. And his outfit definitely gives the vibe of someone who's trying to be a little younger than they are. You can see the wrinkles on his face. He's getting into he's about to get to his 40s. But he's wearing plaid, which is very dad, but he's got some like chunky clear glasses on, and he's like really trying. He's like a puffer coat. He's trying to like hip it and like more normalize it.
That's so funny.
He is probably looking on the internet to search these names and like to scour, and he'll just send a text to the group like, any leads?
Not on my end. You'll see a response from Shulgi. It's something I'll keep an eye out for, but I got a day of meetings ahead of me.
I will notice it on my phone. I'll find a little corner of a road to sit by and just sort of crouch, and then I will type out everything that I was told.
Gotcha.
But I also say that this has to stay confidential.
Certainly, I'll send back. And then I will shout audibly, looks like you were right, Birdie. They're all old. Oh.
As our voiceover comes by and says, once upon a time, there was a boy abandoned by the world. As we see sort of, probably I assume like splayed out on your back.
Absolutely.
Birdie is passed the fuck out asleep.
Sure.
You texted in the group chat and then immediately fell asleep?
Absolutely, I did. I went back to bed.
What does the camera see as we're sort of like Dutch angling down towards Birdie?
The camera sees a relatively small boy, probably about 12 years old, like in the 7th grade type age. He is visibly disheveled. He has like kind of dirty blonde hair that's to the point of dirty where it's starting to look a little like brown because it's like greasy. It looks like he hasn't had a haircut in a while. He's got like really average features, like kind of like unkempt hair and brown eyes and whatever. He's wearing clothes that like are visibly not fitted to him. He's like a scrawny kind of little kid, but he's wearing like a big t-shirt and like cargo pants that are ill-fitting and like a pair of kind of like just beat up old sneakers with like a hole in the toe and like the sole is kind of flapping off of it a little bit. He's on the bed, shoes on, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the camera sees him on the bed with his shoes on.
Oh, no!
Which is a real selling point for the mattress in the mattress store that he's on.
The merchandise.
And he's just like passed the fuck out. He has his little like it looks like an iPhone, but it looks like an iPhone that's like made to look like an iPhone.
Yeah,
that's
where
not.
It's very obviously like a track phone or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And like it has kind of the capabilities of an iPhone, but like every so often it just like misfunctions and like it's just like gets really fucked up because he like stole a knockoff iPhone. And he's just like splayed out on the bed, phone in hand. He sent that one text being like old and then like passed the fuck out again. And he hears
you hear Jason yell.
Yeah, he hears the yell and he like jolts awake and he's like, "Huh? What?"
You were right. They're all old. So that's
right. They
that's
said that in the
line.
news thing.
Well, but okay. Well, it's confirmed though. This is actually.
Oh, sweet! Like we got more intel.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
check the group chat. And I look at the more intel and I go, "Okay, thanks, man."
You can go back to sleep. I didn't know.
Yeah,
you were
I was
sleeping.
planning on it.
Yeah.
And then
Can you take your shoes off?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Like, I don't really care, but like, you know, if someone comes in and sees that, they're gonna think like that's a little suspicious.
And he like takes his shoes off and like, but he puts them like next to him onto the bed. Like he doesn't really compute. Like he takes the shoes up, but they're still on the bed.
You take the shoes off and you put them on the bed and you start to climb up onto it.
And I'm like still there, and I'm like,
you need some house training, and I will move them to the grounds.
and I go, "Hey man, I'm just trying to get by," and I like.
Oh my god!
I'm actually I like go to put my shoes back on, and I'm like, "I'm gonna go get us some food. You want breakfast?"
That would be excellent.
Sweet.
I'll fish out some cash, and I will give you.
Awesome. I was gonna
more
ask
than
you for
enough.
money, so that was great. Thanks for
I
catching on to that.
Yeah.
You know the drill by now.
I know the drill. I
You
know the
hand
drill.
Brody like $40 in
Yeah.
cash.
And he goes, "Let's go!" And then he like,
Don't steal.
and then he starts like jogging out the door, and he's gonna go to like a fucking bodega and get like some bagels.
Absolutely. You go to a
Yeah.
bodega, get some bagels. As
Bacon,
you're,
egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup.
yeah, as you're in there, after about like 5 minutes of you like scrolling on your phone and like checking news articles and like looking up Shady Oaks and talking like looking at like metro workers and stuff like that, you hear the ding of the electronic bell as somebody walks in through the front door.
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Don't worry, it's fine. As you see, sort of a larger Hispanic man walks in. He's wearing what looks like a very similar red polo to yours, Except it doesn't have the name tag that's usually required. As he walks in and leans over the counter and gets close to you and says, "Hey, I'm just here to make a drop off. I just wanted to make sure that things are going well here. You haven't had too much flow."
We're all right. We're making do.
All right, cool. And he takes a backpack off of his back, unzips it, and just starts handing you brick upon brick of compressed $100 bills. And he goes, "All right, cool. There's going to be another pickup in about a week.
All right.
They're going to come through and ask for this money."
Okay, yeah, we've got it.
Awesome. All right. Good luck. See you later. And
Thank you for doing business with us.
Bing! As he walks back out, as you see this man
as he
walking
walks out, I go up top, and then I try and get him to high five me as we're walking through the store.
He gives you a look of who the fuck why is there someone? And he looks at you for a second, and then is okay.
And I walk into the store and I you got some lame customers, man.
Yeah, well, glancing at the money under my desk. Yeah, lame, boring customers.
I get it. No, and I pass him a coffee.
You.
And I'm no, I know he was here for the drugs, but
okay.
I still kind of lame. And then I go back to the bed and I pass out. And I'm hope business is good. And then I go back to bed.
Never been better.
Except instead of fully being asleep, I'm kind of scrolling on my phone. I'm on Twitter. And I'm trying to find out some more information about these old people, except I'm on social media, so it's not
it's
really
not
proving
well.
useful. But I'm digging anyway. I'm looking.
Gotcha. As you roll over the the blanket that you're under covers the camera, and as it rises up from the street, and the voiceover says, "Once upon a time, there was a woman who knew how to fight." As the camera comes up to the bottom of a truck speeding down a sort of old cobblestone road, as the camera follows this truck as it through past alleyways and tight turns, we see matches.
Matchbox.
Matchbox.
You go by both.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, you know what? Scratch it from the record. Delete that.
Nope, it's not gonna be.
No, it's okay.
Matches. What does your character look like?
Okay. I had this whole moment while you were going through everybody else's thing. So, first notable thing, she has blue dyed hair that is very much fading back to black. And there is, she's got this green army jacket where there are holes on the inside pockets, so things fall out of it. She's got these mostly laced boots. They're not laced all the way up. A lot of black, poorly applied eyeliner. Chris said Manic Pixie Dream Girl and was very right about it. There's an unlit match in her mouth. And then the most notable thing, there's an anglerfish skeleton on her neck, tattoo on her neck.
Fire.
Slay.
That's so fire.
Yeah, and so and then the match is in her mouth as she's just kind of holding. I assume you said I'm driving.
As you chew it, as you turn down these sharp turns, as you come down, looking over, as you pass around this side, you're transitioning from the main city into the old quarter, and we get a huge sort of landscape shot of what looks like a town sinking slowly into the ocean. We can see these old sort of buildings that look like they were constructed sometime in the 20s or so, with those sort of sectional bricks. And those angular sort of flat tops that have gravel across the top, as we see tenements and apartments that rise up out of this area, this hill that sort of goes down and down until you could see sort of more residential houses that are soaked up to the windows in water. There are sort of boats that drift listlessly across the harbor, now untethered from where they used to be anchored as the sea levels have risen here. As you pull around another corner, you can see a large sort of building site of these large excavators with the sort of sky blue diamond of the Shamash Corporation, the Shamash Industries, doing construction sort of around the outside of this. As you pull through the town, you can see sort of the sort of local spots, the different bars that have now become overcrowded since the unemployment of the major export of this town was working in the sea, in the ocean, working at the docks, and now a lot of these jobs have disappeared from the market as this sort of flooding has started. You're making your way down towards your sort of old place where now you're sort of where you used to live. The rent is up and it's technically abandoned, but it's fine. Nobody's come knocking yet.
The rent is up. My house is in the sea. What the fuck?
I mean, hey, you're living in sort of the derelict area.
In the middle of the sea.
I live in the ocean now.
Sure. As you sort of pull your car up and across, up into this sort of like
My
gravel.
cool car.
You're absolutely amazing.
Eighth-wheel
Four-wheel drive.
8-wheel drive.
Bright cherry red pickup truck. With the fuzzy dice hanging in the mirror.
Fuzzy dice. I'm better than that.
Okay, what's hanging off your mirror? Give us some. Describe Delilah to us. Give us some.
I like to think they're like actual fish bones
Hell
dangling
yeah.
from the mirror.
That's wild.
Smells
Absolutely.
great in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They
No,
were
they
washed.
cling around.
I've gone nose blind to it.
They've been bleached.
I live in the seas.
You do.
As you come to sort of a small patch of gravel, you pull your car around and stepping over, you can see over in the sort of like essentially a small sound that's been created by the rising sea levels. This used to be sort of a lookout point, but now because of the rising sea levels, it's just a little bit above the new sea level. I assume if you said you lived in the sea,
I didn't
going
mean
around.
actually, but
Well,
it's just
we
kind
can
of
make
like
it
the
literal.
house is kind of like half in the water still. And
I imagine
naked.
that you come out and you see, if you don't mind me taking this liberty,
Go
we
ahead.
see a sort of small houseboat that has been
Yeah.
is tied around the trunk of a large tree.
Oh my
Love
god.
that.
We can see sort of like the old lettering of it that it used to be some sort of name, but now the only thing you can see is sort of what looks like PHI, so it just sort of spells phi on it, and you can see the sort of the faux white sort of marble-esque looking paint has chipped in places. There have been some patches to the hull where there's sort of these pieces of like derelict iron that have been scrap welded to the outside. As you step across the bow and down into the main galley, you can see there's a kid about sort of like 10, 11, is sitting at the sort of galley table. The inside is very like 70s. It's got that wood paneling and sort of like a reddish, sort of lightly stained carpet. As you see Gopher, your brother, is sitting in here. As he whips around and goes, "Matches!" and just jumps on you.
Aww.
And she's gonna do the thing.
As you just palm his head.
Palm his forehead and be like, "No." That's it. She's gonna do what you do. You're gonna shake him slightly violently, and she's gonna like turn him around and push him back towards the couch. Be like, "Oh wait, what did he say to me?" He just
He was just glad you were back.
He just wanted to give you a hug.
Sorry. Cold brooding. Gotta play it.
You know, I get it.
Who has been watching matches while you've been gone? I assume
Gus?
it's
Or Gopher? What
yeah,
the
Gopher.
heck? are
Sorry,
all
your
these
name's
people's names?
Who's been watching Gopher?
Me, but not well.
Yeah. Do you think that there's people that come in and
There's
take turns?
Probably like some wise old woman in the middle
Absolutely.
in the sea.
Yeah. Maybe it's another woman.
I think it's just a bunch of people who because we all kind of know each other in the community, and no, it's not you.
Gopher's 11. He's 11 years
Yeah, or so.
Swag.
They're like, so I imagine it's just kind of like whoever can come around. We all kind of know each other in the community, so.
Yeah. I'd say that at this point it's sort of like an older woman. Her name's Natalia. She sort of gets up from where she was sitting in the
Oh,
galley.
they're there. Okay.
Yeah, and is like, "Hey, how's life been? Are you good? I mean, Gopher's he's been fine, but
No, I'll watch him from here. I got some time.
you got it? All right.
Yes, thank you. Go back to.
Yeah, I gotta go
home.
check in with Tony. I'll see you later.
Tony?
And she sort of like steps across the gangplank and out. You can hear the crunching of her footsteps past the gravel as it's just sort of you and Gopher in this houseboat right now.
And I'm gonna kind of like lean up against the wall a little bit and eye him up and down and be like, "All right, what did you take?"
And he reaches into his pocket and produces sort of a very sort of small, sort of thin, almost like a rose gold watch, and goes, "She didn't even notice."
I taught you well. I'm gonna
As he
take
hands it over
it
to you.
and I'm gonna bite it just to make sure. Even
It's
though
soft.
not
It's gold.
effective. It's not. Yeah. And I'm gonna let him keep it and hold it because it was his find. So be like, "Hey, here, don't buy anything worthless with it."
Okay. As he sort of thinks to himself, as he's like, "Where should I pawn this? I didn't think I was gonna get this far."
I don't know. Well, I don't know if you're up for a trip into town, are you? I don't know. I can trust you.
I'm ready. I can do it.
You're a dirty little thief. I don't know if I should take you anywhere.
Well, I think that there's no other way to get money out of this other than to pawn it. So you should take me and Delilah, and we should go pawn this off.
That? Leave you in the ocean?
I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't know. All right, hop in the trunk.
Whoa! As he sort of rushes past you and starts jumping towards the bed of
I'm
Delilah.
gonna be like, I'm gonna show him, and he's like, you have to bungee yourself in if you're gonna sit in the bed.
Yeah.
Bungee yourself!
As you
Just let him in the trunk!
He sort of double wraps the bungee cord that you keep in the back that's sort of loose and hooks it into the two sort of like hooks towards the top of the bed. And goes, all right, I'm good. Let's go.
Are you sure you're good?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not gonna slow down if you fall out.
Okay. As he sort of grips the back of the truck. Let's go. As you and peel down the road, you head towards the main street of town. And as you peel down, our camera pans down across the rocks and up in an elevator in Shamash Industries. Shulgi, you're sort of standing straight up, impeccable posture, looking up across.
And as the elevator's rising and he knows where he's going, it's almost like he stiffens up even a little bit more. Like almost like he's like about to get into like a routine that he might not necessarily like to get into, but he has to because it's his obligation.
Yes.
So he's doing it out of a duty, not out of a want or a need.
Gotcha.
But it's very much like that immaculate posture is almost even more pronounced because of how stiff he is.
Yeah. Absolutely. As the sort of elevator music goes, do 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 do.
They really need to change this music out. I've heard the same music for 21 years of my life at this point.
Yeah, as you look across and the sort of electronic display that's in the elevator cycles through ads for different Shamash Industries things, talking about contracting, talking about electronics and coding classes, talking about just general shipping and maintenance.
Eli, can you remind me what construction the news said was halting? Was it Match's Town or was it
Yes,
another?
it was in Match's Town.
Okay, double checking.
How about
At the news at the beginning, they said
Shamash Industries has sort of moved into your town and has been trying to help with like the drainage of sea
but
level.
they said that the work was halted.
Yes, that is because you know that they're sort of starting to gentrify the neighborhood. They've sort of written up a contract with whoever's in charge of your town, saying that they'll continue construction and helping of this, but with the deductible price in land value. So they get a plot of land in sort of in exchange.
I feel like Shulgi, because he knows her now, I feel like he's been clued into this. And because of that, there's almost like this like thing in the like back of his eyes. Like it's not like a fire per se, but it's like he has a specific purpose and he knows exactly where he's going to go to like right now.
Gotcha.
As soon as he gets out of this elevator.
And the doors and open in front of you.
Like a man on a mission, he immediately goes to where his father's office is.
Gotcha.
Straight there.
As you step out, some sort of people that are sort of moving out of cubicles, there's sort of like a shipment that's coming out and sort of begins to block your path, and you just duck through it like it's
The head is still, the body's moving.
As you just duck through and come past, you walk towards down this long hallway where you see sort of these large doors. Let's see if I wrote down your parents'. Yes. As you see, as you walk in, there's sort of a nameplate on the side that says Ataman Shamash. As you sort of open through the doors, you're greeted by his secretary, Linda, as she's sort of sitting there. She's a woman with sort of blonde hair pulled back into a tight bun. She's wearing a pantsuit and is typing away at a computer. As she looks up and goes, "Oh, Shulgi, hi."
Hey, Linda, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Good. How's Dad treating you?
Good. Same as usual, you know?
Sure about that?
Yeah, well, I can't complain right now.
All right, double checking. You let me know if he does, okay?
I'll let you know.
Your
dad's actually in a meeting right now.
How important is this meeting?
He's with Board of Investors. I think you could probably get in. Tell you what, I'd say wait a couple minutes and then go in. And you should be fine.
I'm gonna do that.
But
I think I think whatever he's talking about, I think what I have to say is just a little bit more important. But I'll give it a couple minutes.
Yeah, I think just.
I don't want to, out of respect.
Yeah.
And he rolls his eyes at that.
You roll your eyes and sort of sit and wait for
I
a
just
moment.
sit and
Kind
I'm
of
just kind
the
of...
little water cooler with the cone cup.
Yeah. You take a sip from the water cooler.
I kind of like crush it and kind of like flick it, and it goes perfectly into the trash can.
Yeah,
every single
boom,
time.
right off the backboard, right in.
The paper football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of over the shoulder without even thinking as you walk in.
Just so many thoughts racing in his head right now. It's almost like he's trying to figure out the best way to approach talking to his father about this thing that he knows is wrong and that he's talked to his father about before, but his father hasn't done anything about it. And he's going to have a very hard conversation. It's like that moment where you're like, you know you're about to have a really long and like hard conversation with someone and you know it's not going to go anywhere, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now. And it's almost like he's trying to map out the perfect game plan to do that as he's waiting. And he'll give it about 10 minutes at most, and if it doesn't seem like the meeting's over, he's just going to walk in.
Gotcha. So after about 10 minutes pass and you push right through the double doors as your father's in the middle of saying, look, I'm not sure if this is the best course of action, as you walk in and you see the sort of four main board of investors, the people who your father has hired to help him run this country. You see David Borowitz, a sort of a man in his later 40s with sort of thinning brown hair. He's wearing sort of like a brownish sweater and kind of like ripped jeans.
Company advisor, you said he is?
He is an advisor and head of the mechanics and engineering department of Shamash Industries.
Head of mechanics and engineering.
Yes. After seeing him, he's sort of towards your left. Next on the right is Isabel Carmine, who is in charge of marketing and PR. She's like fervently taking notes on this large legal pad, and sort of she looks up at you and kind of gives you like a half death glare. You don't have the best relationship with her.
I give her one back.
She
And then after that, I give her a little wink.
more often than not, she sides with your father on most things.
Of course she does. She's a suck up.
And then you see, sort of after her, you see Amanda Morris. This woman with sort of almost like amber brown hair and brown eyes, wearing sort of this like shapely dress that's sort of like white and has like a sort of like brownish pinstripe through the middle. She is the financial consultant and works with budgeting and financial workings in and around Shamash Industries.
How much of that did you write down? How much?
I'm writing down all
I
this.
meant like, did you just?
This is 50-50, you know?
Okay, I was like, you just kind of spit all.
So
of
financial
this out.
consultant?
That was
Yes.
impressive.
Okay.
And then you see Zaire Gaddafi.
Oh, how do you spell that name?
That is spelled Zaire.
Okay, Zaire Gaddafi.
Gaddafi. Gaddafi.
Oh, I love
Zaire
that.
Gaddafi.
Who is he?
He is your digital services, your sort of coding and all sorts of stuff that come to computers. He has these sort of like round glasses that are smaller on his face. He's wearing a turtleneck and some like black, almost kind of like these cargo pants that look like they're like tech wear, and these nice sort of like loafers.
Of these people, I know that you said that Isabel and I aren't exactly on the best of terms. Am I on the best of terms with any of them?
So David is kind of like an uncle to you.
Okay.
Amanda doesn't talk to you a lot. She very much so keeps to herself. She conversates a lot more with your dad.
Okay, got it.
And Zaire is actually your age.
Oh, really?
And you have a very complicated relationship with Zaire because he sits at the board of investors and your father trusts him implicitly, but a lot of the things that your father complains about you being, Zaire also is. And so that sort of ticks you off a little bit.
So he complains about the things that I am, but then he hires this
guy and trusts him and gives him like all sorts of confidence in him, and yet
Yeah,
he
exactly.
is very similar to you.
Sorry, I'm writing stuff down.
You're all good. As you walk in, you see your father, Adaman, turns to you. He's very similar to you in that sort of like he's got the high cheekbones, very much so well trimmed.
Yeah.
The edges of sort of like he's got like a couple gray streaks going in his hair, which is sort of slicked back and shorter, trimmed on the sides, and he has sort of a very full beard, where the sort of goatee area, especially towards the chin, is much more salt than it is pepper. As he turns to you and goes, Shulgi?
Father, good to see you this fine morning. What are we talking about?
None of your business.
I think it is somewhat my business as someone who is supposed to be running this company eventually.
Shulgi! I will tell you what you need to know in time.
You always say that. Listen, Father, I'm so sorry to interrupt this very important meeting, but I was waking up this morning and doing my normal morning routine, and I saw a very interesting story on the news.
Yes, everybody's heard the story on the news.
Yeah, you want to fill me in on what's going on with that?
We are making a deal with the people in the old courtyard by the port. It is simply a payment for our services. It is a plot of land that will be exchanged for our
Interesting.
services.
That's what that's what we're marketing it as.
My son, we will develop the land into a resource center or something, and we will provide jobs for this community that is underserved.
Oh, I'm glad that's what you're telling yourself. I noticed that, the construction is halted, much to the dismay of the people who are actually living there. Did you know that their homes are currently underwater?
Yes!
And that there's nothing that's being done about that. Do you think that's fair to them, Father?
Shulgi, do you think it is fair that you come into my office when I'm in the middle of a meeting and talk to me in the way that you do?
I think that it's only
Shulgi!
fair.
You are going to leave, and you are going to wait until my meeting is over, and then we will discuss this in private. Do you understand?
Shulgi cracks his neck very audibly and does a very plastered smile and said, "As you say, Father."
Good. Thank you.
And he will, as he leaves, he will slam that door just a little bit harder. A clap. Like in the room, a sound wave, almost like a reverberation. He wants him to know.
How long have you been holding that one? Sorry.
The crack?
I've never heard you
was
crack your neck once in my fucking life, and you just went...
That's the narrative magic, okay? I'm inhabiting my
I would
character.
have loved if nothing happened.
Yeah. No, I would have done it either way. Either way, I said it either way.
You would have done it audibly yourself?
I'm glad that I wouldn't have done it audibly
That
myself.
was, in fact, narrative magic.
I'm so glad that this is being caught right after that really cool moment, and you're yucking my yum right now. So anyways, Shulgi has that moment, and he just kind of like really tense, like this, like he's outside the room, and he's just like,
Yeah, you sit down in one of the large
Back to
plush
the
leather
waterfall.
armchairs.
yeah, he's gripping,
sort of head in
he's
your hands.
he's just like that, and like he just grips the fucking the arm of it, and like the impression like is deep. It runs deep. Like if it like his fingers almost puncture the leather of it. Just that's how fucking pissed off he is at it, and he's just kind of like there, just like rubbing the bridge of his nose and just like trying to calm himself. He doesn't like when that happens, but it comes out a lot when he's talking to his father, and just dealing with the pitfalls of this company. I'm sorry you had to see that. He turns to the secretary. He turns to Linda.
She's just kind of like stood up straight in her chair. She goes, "Oh, no problem. It's. I get it. You know, family. Yeah,
parents. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Where Shulgi is trying really hard to be composed around this woman because he doesn't want to scare her, but it's just like
She is very visibly.
No,
shaken.
I know. He notices that, and he just says, he kind of takes a moment. He kind of composes himself. He says, "Do you happen to know where my mother is?"
I think she's somewhere a couple floors down. She's working in R&D right now.
R&D. Okay. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that.
No problem.
He wants to do a kind gesture. I'm trying to think of what kind gesture he can do.
I don't know anything nice to do.
No. Oh no. Shulgi kind of takes out he takes out like $20 and he says, "On your break, coffee's on me."
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Shamash Industries.
He leaves the office rather fervently, and just like with very much in this like state that he's in, and he tries to find his mother.
All right, and you sort of go down the hallway, walking down. It's just a few floors. You can take the stairs.
Yeah.
It's fine. As you sort of just make your way down, you come out into this sort of. You go to push the door open, and the door opens to the pawn shop. As Matches and Gopher are have just entered. There's sort of a man. He's kind of like eclectic. He looks like he's in sort of like a tracksuit that's way too big for him, and it's like all the way open, and he's wearing like an undershirt underneath and has like a gold chain, and he's obviously like trying to act a way that he definitely is not. As you walk in, and there's sort of like guitars across one entire side. There's like golf clubs. There's a bunch of jewelry up and through the entire sort of like front cabinet. There's like trunks and stuff of like storage things that haven't even been unpacked because people have been selling so much of their stuff in this entire crisis.
I most definitely know this man. I don't know what his name is because all I can think about is Tyrone, which is the backyardigans, and I don't like it. So please give him another name, and I will say what I want to say. But
How about we call it his nickname in the town is Moose?
Okay, good. I forgot about the whole name thing, so that's good.
So this is Moose.
I'm going to. I like the idea that that Gopher immediately just starts going to all the guitars and just starts strumming all this.
Jesus Christ.
He like sort of like and Moose is like, hey, be careful with those. I still gotta sell them. All right, kid. And Gopher's like, oh yeah, totally.
So I'm gonna stop him and I'm gonna reach for the watch.
He puts it in your hand
And
and
then-
resumes playing fake guitar.
I'm gonna go up to the counter and be like, Moose, got something for you. I know it's real. I put it in my mouth myself, but I figured you'd want to taste.
Yeah, and you see as he sort of as he sort of smiles, you can see that like a couple of teeth like towards the left back are gold, and he sort of has like a grill going on in like the lower side of his mouth. He goes, oh, all right, yeah. He sort of reads the back and goes, all right, I'm thinking. Twirls it on his finger. How do you feel about 60?
60?
It's pretty small.
Hey, this is the kid's first find. The first real thing.
Look,
You gotta treat him that way. 60, that's all.
He's got to learn about the real world sometime. I'm not going to give him extra money just because he's a kid, all right? We're all on hard times.
All right. Call it 65.
All right, but only because I like you. And he throws it in. He goes to the cash register, counts up the money, and hands you $65 and 20 into $5 bills.
I'm gonna give it the 5 to go.
He goes, I don't think this was $5.
Sorry, how old are you?
I'm 11.
Can you do math?
I can do enough to know that 5 is less than probably what that watch was. You looked at it like it was a good $50.
Who drives the car?
Yeah, but that's only because I'm not big enough yet.
Who owns the house?
Okay, it's a boat.
Yeah?
And we just kind of found it, so like we both own it.
Alright, she'll slip him she'll slip him a 10.
Let's go!
Now it's even.
Yes!
All you need to do is give him another 10. Children don't know what money is!
And I'm gonna go
As
back
he slips it in his pocket.
Hey folks, we all had a really good time on this podcast, but I gotta tell you, children, learn how to do money.
I'm
For
gonna
all
go.
the children listening.
For all the children listening.
I'm gonna go back up to Moose
Wow.
again. I feel like he goes running rampant through the store.
Yeah.
I want to go up to Moose again and ask him like, hey, what's the word out there?
Shamash is still fucking us on the land plot. It's worth way more than what they're doing, but I mean, like, they're talking about building some sort of, like, resource center, whatever that is, on there.
Fuck that.
Yeah, like, what are they gonna do? We fish. We ship. We already have an infrastructure, you know?
Yeah. You don't have to tell me.
What are they gonna do? Have us ship their little fucking doodads or whatever out across the country? It doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna work on any fucking factory line.
No, you said it, you know? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we know this area better than any of those pompous little, you know. So.
Yeah, that's
can
what I'm
just
saying.
Run them right out if we had to. We know the lay of the land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, I have a couple buddies that are talking about, you know, maybe one night when stuff's low, there's not as many people there, we could just run up on them. What are they going to do? They're a bunch of workers, you know? They're in the big city. They don't know how to fight like we do.
No, not at all.
I'm saying we take their shit, we find somebody who knows how to do stuff, and we just do it ourselves.
Got a fair point.
I know, right? And then we don't have to have them build their whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Well,
It's stupid.
I'll have to check in with buddy of mine. See what I can do about potential other steps before it gets to that place. But yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a good swing or two.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Could be fun, yeah?
Yeah, I'll get back to you, see how it works.
Alright.
All right.
Hey, you got any fights coming up?
Not a lot.
Yeah,
This whole
figure.
thing with a lot of people are out, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll let you know. You're the first one.
I'm
You're the first
looking
one
to
I'll
get
tell
back
when you get. You got it. All right.
Alright, you take
That's
care.
exciting. Okay, I'm gonna call some people.
Yeah. Alright.
All
Well,
right.
take
Good
care of the family.
See you later,
She's
girlfriend.
gonna-
Girlfriend. Bye.
And I'm gonna just kind of like usher him back out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell him, make sure you put that in one of your shirt pockets, alright? I don't want your pants getting wet, alright? You're gonna spoil the money, and that's good money, alright?
Okay.
Good money is good money. Hear that?
Good money's good money.
Cool. Now bungee yourself back in.
All right. He wraps himself up as the car slides up. The lines in the road become the line of the food court in Shamash Industry as your mom and you are sort of talking over lunch. As it's sort of later in the day, and she goes, "Sweetheart, I know that you and your dad don't really get along, but it's just
Mother, this is completely ridiculous. They're just making our company look like warmongers.
look."
Do you understand the unrest in that city? If he doesn't do something soon, they are going to do something about this.
I know.
There are people that are trying to make a living. He's treating them like garbage.
I know, honey, but we can't just use our resources for nothing. I know that it sounds bad. I want to help them too, but if we we have at least 500 workers total that are working in the port, right? We have to pay all of them an equitable wage. So we think about the cost of that, the cost of the equipment if somebody gets injured, because it's a disaster area there, sweetie. We've had 2 or 3 people go out on injuries. It's a lot of money. This is almost $2 million worth of repairs. And we can't just give that money away. I know in a perfect world we could, but it just doesn't work like that. We need to at least break even.
But I don't understand. If this company makes way more than $2 million, what's $2 million to this company?
I know, but you have to think of also the subsidiaries and all the other things. $2 million could knock us off balance. So sure, it starts with $2 million, but we do something for free like that, and then we get wrapped up in if we do another thing, and that's another $2 million, and maybe even more, and we're losing money, and we can't get it back because people expect us now to do all of this for free.
You know, I just don't understand why...
I know, sweetie.
No. I don't understand why companies do business in this way. We don't even consider the people that we're trying to assist. Listen, I have, as someone who knows someone who experiences this firsthand, their lives are not good right now, and this company has such resources. I just don't understand why we can't just do this job and not expect anything in return. Why can't we just do this out of the kindness of our heart?
Honey, when it comes down to it, it just means that it would change the way that people see us. And that's important too.
But isn't that a good thing?
It's a good thing, but I don't know. We've built up an image of being a industrialist company. We help people, but we do it in our own way. And I think that, honestly, when it comes down to the land trade, it makes sense. We'd be giving them more
Makes
jobs.
sense for us, not really for them.
Why not? Why can't we give them more jobs? I mean, we have a whole
Because
fulfillment center that can go up.
this isn't their life. They're fishermen. They work in the sea. All they want to do is just, fisher people. Excuse me, as the peanut gallery suggests. But these people have had lives before this that they just want to get back to. I don't see why it has to be so complicated.
Honey,
this isn't what they want. Why can't we just give them what they want? I don't see why why business has to top what people. These are their lives. We're ruining their lives.
I know, but this is the world we live in. We can't just change everything at the drop of a hat. Change, it takes time, sweetie. And I want Shamash Industries to be more like that. I really do. Listen to me. Look at me. I want the world to be a better place just as much as you do. But when it comes down to it, we just don't have the resources to do that. And I know that right now, from where you're standing, it sounds like, excuse my French, but bullshit. You know? But that's just how it is. And look. I trust your father. When it comes down to it, I trust him, and I know that he cares about them too. And I'm sure this isn't an easy decision. It's not something that he wants to do, because I know it sure as hell isn't what I want to do. But we don't have a choice.
But don't you see they I find it sometimes difficult to just walk out and be with these people because they just see me and they see my name and they think multi-billion corporation doesn't care about the people, just cares about the bottom line. They see us as tyrants. They see us as monsters. Can't we just do the little things to change that? I don't understand that to me. Profit should not come at the expense of the common man, of our people. We're all human. And I don't see why this company cannot have that mindset. To me, it's incompatible with what our mission is. Our mission is to make the world better. But in my opinion, from my eyes and the eyes of people out on the street, we are seen as this name, this image, so completely separate from the common experience that we're almost seen as alien, as foreign. We're on some kind of mountain just sitting there like modern gods.
Yeah. And you're not wrong. That's the thing, Shalgi. And I love that about you. I love that you can see all these people, because I know that there's some people that live the way that we do, then they can. And I think when it comes down to it, it's a different world to me too.
Well,
I do what I can. I think that our work in the medical field, we've been producing all these amazing medical devices, these hospitals, they run better because of us. And I take those small victories and think of it as my way of changing the world. This might just have to be a compromise that we have to take. That we have to let business win this time, but in the end, the love that we have for each other will triumph.
I hope you're right.
Me too.
And I will say, I'm starting to understand these perspectives more thanks to that roommate that you and Dad set up. Yeah.
Yeah, we thought that a roommate would help you out, maybe.
Oh, you know what? I don't see eye to eye with the father a lot, but I will say that I would have to agree. I think it actually has helped out a lot. He's a really cool guy.
I'm glad.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. You should meet him sometime. He's there. He's a college student. He's really hardworking. I really respect him.
Yeah.
I think he has a really great work ethic. Hey, maybe, I don't know, if we're looking for interns, maybe give him a shot. I think he'd be good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can talk to your father about it.
I think that'd mean a lot to him.
Okay.
Thank you, Mom.
No problem, sweetie.
And let's hope you're right for all of our sakes.
Yeah. I love you, sweetie.
Love you too, Mom.
And she sort of leans in and kisses you on the forehead and takes some of what's left over of her meal and heads back towards R&D.
Yeah. Shulgi will just kind of sit there just contemplating, just taking that all in. And eventually, after a while, he'll just kind of finish up and go about the rest of his day.
As you go to sort of walk out, you get a text on your phone from your father saying to meet him at the top floor. He needs to talk to you before he goes.
On my way.
Yeah, on my
Hold
way.
up.
As you step through the door and the camera pans out through the door and into the street as, what are we doing here, Price? How has your investigation fared? What is your main goal right now?
My main goal was to basically walk this area that's being particularly affected, and as well as to make myself, we don't know what these disappearances mean, and so my idea was, I have enough faith in myself and my abilities that I think, if I can mask myself as this vulnerable target, that I can figure out what's going on without myself being, whatever's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
So I've just been walking, walking the blocks as this old lady in this area, and every once in a while I pop into a store.
Yeah.
Spend some time there, and then walk across the street and do another block. So just that kind of stuff. But so far, no dice. So nothing has really happened.
Funny because the dice just fell off the table.
Indeed.
As you are walking around this area, you see, as you sort of turn, you come into a park that is surrounded on sides by apartment buildings. It's kind of like that a common area for it, and there is a woman with sort of blonde hair and light skin and brown eyes that is sitting at a table. There are multiple different tables that have sort of piles and boxes and also signs on them.
Okay.
And sort of as you get closer, you see all sorts of junk piled up high on these plastic card tables that are sort of and in front of each pile, there's these large pieces of paper that says $5, $10, $15, and so on that are written on them. And you see sort of this woman who is currently talking to somebody. As you get closer, she's haggling price, and it kind of looks like an action figure that's in here. It's sort of some sort of action figure that's sort of still in the box, and they're talking about a price, and she's like, no, that's no way that's worth, let's say less than $80. And he goes, listen, lady, this isn't even the biggest one in the group. I can give you $50. That's my final offer. And she
It's a Funko Pop.
and she says, tell you what, I'll go to 70, but that's as low as I'm going. And he goes, all right. And he sort of takes his wallet out and starts counting out bills as you sort of see this sort of buildup of all of these different items that are being sold in this area.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I will approach this old woman. Or I'm the old woman.
You are the old
I'll
woman.
approach this not old woman.
She's a bit older. She's probably a little bit younger than the woman that you are right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. She's definitely somewhere in her 70s probably.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, I mean, she's still young. So I will. I'll walk up to this lady, and I'll just say, "Oh, hello there. What's going on here?"
He goes, yeah. So I'm selling a bunch of my husband's shit because he up and left, and I don't want to see any of it anymore.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. What a terrible thing. I used to have a husband. That was a long time ago. Let's just say it didn't work out. Anyways, what kind of interesting items do you have?
God if I know. My husband, he was an accountant for 40 years. Worked in a lot of different firms. I don't know.
Not the accountant.
In the end, we just didn't share a lot of interests. So I didn't ask him a lot about his stuff. He didn't ask me a lot about mine, and that's probably why he left without leaving a trace.
Without leaving a trace, you say?
No,
Really?
no, nothing. Just one day gone.
When did this happen?
A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's a horrible thing. I'm so sorry. Did this person, by any chance, what was this person's name?
Well, his name's
I don't
James.
know why. James.
Yeah, James Choi.
James Choi. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's I'm so sorry to hear about your loss.
It's not a loss. The police think he's missing or something, but I know that he's out Probably with some younger woman or some shit like that.
Goodness. I'm sorry to hear this.
It's whatever. I'm over it.
He lives with you.
Yeah, we were married. We lived together and
Wow.
over there. And she points to one of the apartment buildings and says, 14C. Yeah.
Wow. My goodness. All right. Well, again, I'm sorry for you. What was that doll item I saw, by the way?
I don't know. One of my husband's dumb fucking action figures.
May I take a look at it, please?
Sure, there's a couple more of them in the in sort of the more expensive piles if you want.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm just going to peruse.
Yes,
for a moment.
please.
Oh,
Feel free.
thank
Feel
you.
free.
And I go and I look at the doll.
These are probably from some like comic book series. It's sort of, you see that one of them is sort of like an army dude that has like sort of like is like half cyborg and has like a shotgun arm that has like a big red button that shoots like a plastic blast out of it.
Yeah.
It's not G.I. Joe, it's B.L. Billy.
Amazing.
Yo, Billy.
B.L. Billy.
Okay. I go look, quite honestly, now as an old lady, and it's obnoxious, but it's okay because I'm an old lady. I now just go through every single item.
Absolutely.
Because I know who this person is.
This is when we get to use one of the moves.
Okay.
We're going to do investigate.
Okay.
You're going to roll and add your relative tags.
Okay, let me think about my relative tags.
Mom and dice.
Investigate.
I'd say that because you're disguised, you could probably use some of your disguise stuff that you have for your mythos in this.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, whatever you think applies.
Yeah, I think what applies here, I think the why can't I find it? Hold on a second, sorry. I think a shapeshifter doesn't count because that's what I'm doing.
Well,
You said it
could
could.
add shapeshifter.
Can I add shapeshifter?
Yeah.
I guess I'll add it.
It's fine if you don't have a lot that are relevant.
Yeah. Well,
Use all my tags.
Aren't you an investigative guy? Don't you have something for that?
I have a little bit for that. I
You can have
can
whatever
put
you
on. I'll also put on. I guess I could put on works better on people because it's about.
I think that's more relative to your power.
Yeah,
than it
I guess
is.
I don't really have all that much then, to be honest with you.
That's okay. You can roll with a +0 if you want. It's still the sort of equal amount. You still have a very high chance of succeeding.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you got a +1 to this.
All right. 3. Holy shit.
3 + 1.
Yeah,
That's a failure.
that's bad.
As you as you sort of like go through some of this stuff, you knock one of the piles over, and stuff just sort of goes everywhere. Like you knock down like something that's like glass shatters in the process. And it's just there's like sort of like an entire like the piles of like 70 through like let's say like 45 have like fallen over. And just sort of like are everywhere. I'd say that like as you come over, the one's like, oh my god, and just sort of like starts stacking stuff up and is like, are you okay?
Oh my goodness, yes, I'm so... I don't even know how the wind was so strong.
Yeah, sure, lady, sure. All right.
I'm sure very glad you don't care about any of this man's blood.
Yeah, I mean, the extra cash would help, but you know, it's
Yes,
whatever. Look,
I'm sure.
are you gonna buy anything or what?
I don't think there's anything to buy, actually.
Looking around, the first thing that you spot is sort of like a manila-ish folder. It's kind of like not a manila folder, but like a trapper keeper, kind of like binder. And sort of like tucked into the front is like a bunch of pens and stuff.
Okay.
It's like some real, like if you were an office nerd, you would love this shit.
Okay. Presumably, it's just a file, you're saying?
It's not a file. It's more like a binder that is in like a sort of like one of those like mesh cases. And you have no idea what it is, if it has paper in it, if it's anything, but it's just the first thing that you see.
I see. Okay.
So I sort of go, oh, well, actually, I've said, this binder over here, is this your, who?
It's literally, it might as well be trash. Just take it and go.
Oh, yes.
You're fine. Just, please.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, then, I'm sorry.
whatever.
Okay.
As she sort of turns around and starts scooping stuff up and putting it down on
Just
the
indiscriminate old people noises.
Chris delivering this big,
apologies.
giant, grandiose speech.
My apologies once again, man.
Says so much without saying anything at all.
Well, see you around potentially, or who knows these days.
She's fully like not paying attention to whatever you're saying.
Yeah, just old person rambling until it's out of frame, and that's just immediately just back to walking. I think as soon as you get with that out of sight range. By the way, I'm walking directly to this apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm walking directly to this apartment, and I'm texting everybody the situation.
Gotcha.
That I have found this old person's apartment, and I know the lady's there cleaning up shit. So I know I'm like, all right, well, I'm not. I guess I don't think like the old person.
You said earlier that you have the ability to like keep your physical characteristics, so I want you to stand up as this old woman and like sprint.
Well, I was
down the
thinking when I
street.
started knocking over the stuff, I was like, should I book it as old lady right now? It's like full sprint. I was like, maybe not yet. Maybe I don't need to act like a supernatural creature yet for the public.
Wow, that lady was so fucking fast.
Oh well.
So I text everyone, and I'm like, now, get here immediately. Don't know how much time we have. Found one of the person's places.
What?
Yeah.
To like.
So you're texting like that. And
I'm like, it's frantic. I'm walking there. I'm looking for trees to like transform back into myself behind, and none
you
of
honestly
them-
can transform in daylight because the mist hides your abilities.
Oh.
You can transform at any time.
And no one will even notice.
No.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just.
It just looks cool when you do it.
Yeah.
You just sort of like you like walk up. You open the door to like the apartment, and like the flare or like the glare on the glass door as you open it shines over, and as you're in and you get into the lobby, you're back to your normal self.
Oh my god, it's so cinematic.
As you look down and you send that text sends. We cut back to a phone, and we're back up with Shelgi. Shelgi, you're headed towards the roof of the place. As you pocket your phone and open up, you can see the helicopter is at the top, and your father is sort of standing in front of it talking to the pilot. He motions to them and sort of walks towards you and goes, Shelgi, listen, you can't do that. You can't do that. When I'm in a meeting, it is not the time for you to burst in and to talk to me like that.
My apologies, Father. I thought it was a pressing matter, but
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I was mistaken.
What is it exactly that you would like to talk to me about?
I was just trying to comment that I think that the proceedings at the old town could be managed a little better for the people that live there.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't see why we have to cut a separate deal and make them work jobs that they probably don't want to work. And he's cutting the facade's kind of fading as he's getting more into it because he's more passionate about it. I just don't see why the people have to work this job that they probably don't want to work.
Shelgi, people work jobs that they don't want to work all the time.
They just want to go back to their lives. Their
know,
homes
I know.
are underwater.
We're not taking anything that hasn't already been destroyed. We are simply, there is land that is there that is no longer the people's. It is no longer land that is habitable. It is no longer land that is a development. We are not displacing anyone. We are just taking this piece of land and saying, hey, for our services, we will come to your community. We will help with the relief efforts, and we will give you jobs. People don't want to work. I know that I do not want to be in meetings all day and talking to people and dealing with all of these things. It's very stressful for me. And I don't want to do it all the time. All right? But I do because it is my job. And I love my job, but sometimes it is too much. And so we are bringing these people jobs that maybe they don't want to be fishermen. If they don't have to be fishermen. We are just taking some space. And we are creating something that we did not have before. And I believe that it will be beneficial for everyone involved.
Wow. You are just incapable of being in someone else's shoes. I don't want to start an argument, Father. I was just pointing out that I don't necessarily think that this is the best course of action for our public image.
That is why I'm going to meet with somebody who's in charge there, their mayor or something. I'm talking to people. We are going to work out a deal that is more beneficial. All right? We are going to figure something out. All right? Would you like to come with me? Would you like to come with me and talk to them as well?
You're offering me to come with you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, you can...
The stars must be falling out of the sky. My father is letting me come on a business meeting. Wow! What a revelation! Yes, Father, I would love to accompany you. Thank you so much.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to talk to the pilot. We're going to get up. And as he walks away, you get a text on your phone that says, now, important, come here, and drops an address pin.
Not the neck again.
Shit. No. I'm just... Shulgi's just like, oh, God, damn it. No. This looks really bad because he really wants to do this. Oh, God. He sends... in his thought process, he knows that this is happening, and he sends a message to Matches really quickly. And Shulgi would just say, Matches, my father is coming to your town to talk with the mayor. Be on the lookout. I don't know what kind of deal they're cutting. Could be good, could be bad. Don't know. And you says he's talking to the pilot or something?
Yeah. He steps away from the pilot and is like, all right.
He's not looking to me?
Not right now, no.
Shulgi walks with purpose. He leaves. He doesn't say anything. Just leaves.
Full dash. With the sound of...
quickly and silently as possible, like he's using the helicopter to mask him. Shulgi is leaving and going to work. As
the helicopter starts and the camera lingers as your father is like, all right, Shulgi... okay. And he turns and he gets in the helicopter as it begins to exit from the top of Shamash Industries Tower that stands in the center of the city. As we sort of see illuminated across in the sort of side image as the camera pans out, Shulgi is absolutely booking it down these stairs. You watch as sort of sweat droplets begin to form at the edges as you are, at some point, you like drop and are just starting to vault repeatedly over the sides of these as your sort of muscles begin to bulge.
The most efficient path, the most efficient path possible while like whatever physical...
You essentially just start like literally like hobby horsing, like a gymnast using almost exclusively like your obliques as you are sort of like rotating around as you sort of begin to slide and like jump down as you descend like hundreds of flights of steps in the matter of minutes. And you come out on the ground floor, coming out and you are standing at the bottom of the tower.
Shulgi's gonna
you can easily call car service.
Car service? Yeah. Or whatever car service I have.
It's a car service that's owned by Shamash Industries. And so you have priority and all sorts of stuff.
Whatever like the quickest option is.
You hit
like
the button as a blue light comes up in the dashboard as a blue light comes up on the dashboard of a nearby car and you just walk up to it. And you get in.
I give him the address. Quickly, go!
And starts peeling out. And as this car goes, we cut back as a car goes by Z-Slate, as both of you, as Jason, the day's been kind of slow, but you're winding down. It's pretty easy. They just kind of pay you to sit there. What do you do, really?
Most of the time, I probably just watch, like, Netflix equivalent on the internet or
on Shamash Prime.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on Shamash Prime. Just watching like
damn it! This is just Amazon.
Scrolling through Shamash talk for hours. You know, it's the most like waste of a life. If you ever worked a security job,
you're just using the
for
product.
some late night places, it's like that. That's what you do.
I love that.
So
and as you're sort of scrolling, you get ding as a message from the group chat from Price comes now. This is my address. I'm in. We need to go. As these texts start popping up on your screen.
Yeah, you see Shulgi saying, "On my way. Should be there. No more than 10 minutes."
Oh shit! They got a lead. I mean, you can see it.
Is he asleep?
Asleep.
Oh, I said that.
Dead
looking
asleep.
up.
You can see it.
the ability, I'm gonna throw something at you. Just
It
across
hits
the
me
room.
directly in the head.
As
I
I
go,
start,
"Ow,
I'm
fuck!"
like already gathering like my code and keys and stuff.
And I go, I'm sleeping, man.
They've got to lead. We've got to go.
I snap up instantly. I put my shoes on because I did take them off this time. So I put my shoes back on and I reach under the mattress, like whatever. I'm assuming it's on a frame.
Yeah.
I
They're all
reach
very
under
nice
the bed
display
frame
mattresses.
and I get like just like a crappy, like the crappiest beat up transport backpack, not branded, unbranded transport backpack, and I like
Shamash.
Shamash.
Why is everything Shamash?
Brand is censored with Shamash.
Yeah, it's like a
Just put
sensor
Shamash in
bar.
front of it, yeah.
I grab
It's
it. I
a
grab
Shmort bag.
Shmort bag.
Shmort?
And Shamash
Shamash
Sport.
Sport.
Oh,
And
Shmort.
flip it on my back and
We really gotta rebrand that.
I reach into my pocket and I grab like a really kind of shiny dollar-sized coin, and I start like fiddling with it in my hand, and I go, "We're going."
Yeah, we're out. I mean,
And I don't wait for him to tell me where I'm going. I just start running,
oh hey, I'm gonna let them.
and I go, "Catch up!"
You have the address, so you give it to all of us.
I'll
I have
see
not
you
looked
there.
at my phone. I haven't looked at my phone. I'm just running.
That's fair enough. Honestly, that's great.
I'm locking the store.
Yeah,
My
as you-
slow, clumsy ass, like no urgency.
Did I see? No, the car passed before I saw. Right? I was dead asleep when the
You
car
were dead
passed.
asleep.
Okay, I go.
And you guys wouldn't even have noticed Shulgi.
Yeah.
We should get an Uber. A Schumacher.
Schubert.
Uber. I love that. Should get a Schuber.
Schmoozer.
We'll change these names in post. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I go, okay, catch up to me when you get it. And I just keep running. And then I go, and then I like pull my phone out and I'm like, oh, an address. And then I go, convenient. And then I click it and I look at it like Shamash maps.
I love what I've created.
I Shamash maps the way to the address. And if by car, it's like 10 minutes. By foot, it's like a cool 35.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So
You slow down your
I
jogging.
don't
Yeah,
leave the
and
place,
I-
but I arrived there before you.
no, I said you pick me up on the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then while I'm running, voice memo into the group chat, and I go, I'm doing it. And then that's it. That's all.
That's great.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And yeah, that's all.
Awesome. The car eventually gets there, picks you up, and you keep driving. It's like 3 blocks before
I like the
Birdie
door
is
is
just kind of like doubled over.
Yeah, right there.
Birdie
That
is-
one. That kid.
Yeah, okay. And he pulled over. You open the door.
And I go,
There you go.
thank you, fucking God. And I like hop, and I like which door did you open to the car?
Oh, I guess I'm in the back seat, so I popped open the nearest. Yeah.
Okay. I like hop in the back seat, but I don't sit on the seat. I sit on the floor of like the car, and
Yeah,
I
you know,
just
you just
like
have to
in
walk
the
them
little
sometimes.
footwell, and I'm in the footwell, and I'm like scrolling on my phone,
All right.
What?
and I go, look at this meme.
That's fucking good. You should look at this, dude. Look at this
And
one.
I put it in the rearview mirror. Look at
As he
this
kind of
meme.
like looks up and is like, "Oh, that's a good one." Yeah.
Yeah. You should send me that.
I send it in the group chat and I go, oh, 40! And I go, oh, god damn it. And then I go, ignore that, on our way. And then I send the meme to
Cafe memes are so funny.
for real.
Oh god.
I don't know.
This is 2012.
What's current now? It's a capybara meme.
Yeah.
Yikes.
As you're sort of on your way back, you get a text from Shulgi.
Oh no, it's not bunched in, is it?
No.
What?
Are you pulling over? I thought you just check your phone.
Check the phone, I see it.
You check the phone, you see a text from At first you see, now, here's my address. It's on, like, from Price, and then, like, you check that and you're like, okay, and you speed up a little bit, and then, you get a text message from Shulgi that says, my dad is coming to your town.
Lauren!
As you go up these you take one of the side roads that used to be sort of like a sewage drainage tunnel. That's like
Through the
huge.
tunnels?
As you go and you come up up and out, and you are like you pull your handbrake and drift into place as
He is not.
as he's just sort of he stretches forward and the bungee pulls him back and he smacks into the back of the truck. And goes ugh, and as he unlocks it.
I'm gonna slow down slightly and pull him in through the window while I'm
as he sort of whoa, as you sort of come and just place him down, open the door.
Yeah.
What? Oh, what's going on?
Sorry. Emergency. Gotta get back home.
Okay. I'll see you later, right?
Oh, am I leaving him there? In the middle of this
I assume
random place?
I assume that you dropped him off by the houseboat.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I thought it was just like the random
No.
tunnel.
You pull up to right about. You pull up. There's like a pull away between there's the main road and then there's like a gravel offshoot that has like a fake road closed sign that you put up. That is sort of you're in like the midpoint between that road and your house.
Okay, cool. So, and then sorry, remind me what he said.
He just said, "Am I going to see you later?"
I hope so.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hand him 10 more bucks.
Oh,
and say,
thanks.
And I'm like, give this to Natalia. Have her make you dinner.
Okay.
Or else.
Okay. I promise. I swear.
All right. Which pocket you gonna go in this time?
He puts it in his shirt pocket.
And then I'm gonna he's got a little bit of dirt on his face from the bunch. I'm just gonna start.
Okay. Thank you.
Aww.
And then I'm gonna slap him a little and push him back towards the house.
Okay. See you later, Matches.
And then.
As you tear up this the main route as you are coming up, and what would take a normal person a solid 25-ish minutes to get there, you pull down side roads and you your truck is all terrain and you go through places that you absolutely should not drive on, and you get there at the same time as Shulgi. You come out and you see this sort of woman sort of towards the center. She's there's a bunch of plastic card tables that are stacked up, and there's a bunch of different sort of things that are being sold at each of them. She seems to be she has something that was some sort of glass vase that is now sort of in multiple pieces and is sort of sitting in she's in the process of putting it into a plastic trash bag.
Okay. Whenever she's not looking, he's gonna just go to where Price is directing
he sort of
us.
ducks under as you two show up, and you see the same exact thing.
Is that our?
So
we see them over there.
Yeah, you actually see you get there and you see Shulgi stepping through the door as you pull up.
And I'd probably say, I don't know if he said to be discreet, but I would just say probably be discreet. We don't know who's watching.
Yeah, walking over.
I was vague and quick.
Yeah. Shulgi would think to say that.
kind of dart through behind shit, but I grab the side of a tree and I'm and then I walk around.
It's literally easy enough for you to just walk past this woman and go into the apartment building.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I'm definitely trailing you, watching you be sneaky, and just completely blowing your cover.
For sure.
Just watching you do it.
Absolutely, that makes so much
And then
sense.
she's Tokyo Drifter over here.
Transformer of a vehicle.
Yeah, as you fucking
Oh my God, I wish that
as you're speeding through the streets.
Oh my god, if Delilah's a transformer, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Decepticon.
Sells the card. Goes actual transformer.
Powered by Shamash Industries.
And you, as you all walk through the sort of main
there?
door, we cut to Payne. Payne, you were standing in front of, not Payne, your name is Price.
I was like, what?
I don't know why I thought Payne. Payne, Price,
did
very
I arrive
similar.
yet, or just the three of them?
Just the three of them have just arrived. You're going to be here in a couple minutes. But because you're coming from farther away, you're cutting the time a bit longer. Price, you are standing in front of apartment 14C. It's sort of a nice enough apartment building. It's sort of well carpeted in the outside. The doors painted a nice sort of dark purplish red. And it says Choi in the nameplate.
I'm outside the door?
You're outside the door.
Okay. So I try the handle.
It's locked.
Okay. Who would have thunk it? So I,
No, wait a minute.
at this point, I'm looking around at the old. I'm observing myself as this old lady because I become the person, but I also become whatever they're adorning.
I thought you de-transformed.
Oh,
You did.
You did
Oh,
de-transform.
sorry, never mind. So I'm my own guy.
Yeah.
I check my pockets for something that could kind of resemble a bobby pin or something to try and pick a lock. I'm assuming we have a door with a traditional keyhole lock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is another move called Change the Game.
Okay.
Oh, I'm pretty good at those.
So you're going to roll, and you're going to think, what can you sort of apply? What are your resources available to you right now? Add those tags. If it's nothing, that's fine, but you're going to roll to change it.
Dylan's the roll guy today.
I've got one called I Get What I Want.
Boom!
There you go.
No!
No, I guess not.
You're good.
You
Not
get
then.
nothing.
So I can apply that. I could apply... Never saw it coming. Nah. Yeah,
What is that under?
It's
what
under
book is that
subversion.
Under subversion?
But it's not really subversive, so I'm fine with
Well,
that.
you're doing a kind of subversive action.
You are.
I'd say that you can apply never saw it coming too.
Okay.
So you get +2 to this.
Yeah, those are the only two that are going to work. 5, so 7.
5 for
The
7.
vomit dice are not
So how this
good.
works is minimum 1, you get juice. So because following effects 1 to 1, roll on a hit. So you get 2. So how Change the Game works is right now you can create a story town. Jeez. Create a story tag, burn a power tag, or give or reduce a status. Right now you'd be creating a story tag for lockpick, and because you have 2 points, it would turn into lockpick 2. So now what you're going to do is you're going to roll again, and I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to do.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm going to say you're going toe to toe with this.
Okay.
So you're going to roll and add 2.
Oh, maybe this is part of it. I'm going to say one of these 2 die. So roll and add 2.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just...
6.
No, you're good. 6 total.
Yeah.
So as you go to, you sort of like
Terrible rolls.
you don't have a lot, and you jerry-rig this lockpick off of like an old pair of sunglasses that you had, and like the end of it broke, and so you sort of like pull the plastic edge of it off, and you sort of like bend and snap, and you begin to sort of try to work this, but you're going pin by pin, and you can't seem to like get them all at the same time. So you like, fuck it, I'll just try to like push the pins up, and you push them all up, and as you pull down, you bend, and your thing is sort of like almost too small. You manage to get it out of the lock, but it is too small for you to be able to like operate. And it's at this point that Shulgi shows up, very quickly followed by you two. And you arrive down in the lobby area, pulling your red truck up.
What the hell's going on?
Can any of you handle this?
He eats.
Anybody know how to pick a lock?
I do.
I have an idea. This is their apartment. This is the guy, though. Hold it. Let's get a lay of the land.
Yeah.
This is the Choi apartment. I can see that. That lady downstairs is his...
Lover.
Oh.
Don't like each other
Oh, Jesus.
at all. So doesn't care about him, but live together.
Is there a like a rug or a placemat in front of this door?
Yeah, there's a welcome mat.
I lift it up.
Lifting up, there is a key underneath there.
Yeah, come on.
Very smart.
I try, and he's gonna try the key to the lock.
My guy gets pissed off and walks down the hallway.
Take a lap.
Bud, what's going on? You didn't think the oldest
Shut
trick in the
up
book?
and take the lock.
Oldest trick in the book, pal.
As you're saying that, Matches, you show up. You see as they're opening, the keys turning in the lock as they're opening the door to this.
Oh man, I was hoping they were still fighting, but I was just gonna walk and kick it in.
Nope, I unlocked it
Okay,
civilly.
I'm afraid that there are traps. I don't know. I'm just always fearful that there's something wrong.
Okay. I'd say that as you open this door, you're in sort of a small foyer. Immediately in front of you is a kitchen. And that kitchen sort of runs through and comes around to an area that's a sort of dining room kitchen. And then there's a hallway that goes to the right that seems to lead toward what could be bedrooms and a bathroom.
Oh, this is the apartment. I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
As we've just opened it, I'm going to say, someone should probably distract her. I'm going to go take care of that. I'll let you
got it
know
covered?
if
Don't you think that
something-
I should maybe do that? I feel like that's my. I feel like people trust kids.
You're welcome to if you'd like to. Honestly, we could kind of both do it. I'm crap at this, so.
I can do whatever.
If you want to go buy something, go for it.
I kind of want to buy some. I mean, you give me some money, or I didn't.
Yeah,
spend
that this
all of it
is.
on
I'm
coffee.
willing to bet you this is a waste of your money, but
What are we gonna? Are we just gonna look for stuff?
We're looking for
Yes,
any
looking
information
for
we
any
can about
Information
this guy.
about this guy. Even
Yeah,
though
I
he's-
feel like
let's go
let's go-
interrogate
let's
the
go-
woman.
We're gonna go.
You
fuck
too?
with this lady, and then I walk away.
Don't fuck up the lady.
I didn't say
Jesus.
fuck up. I said fuck with, man.
Oh, okay. I heard fuck up. Sorry. Okay. All right.
I'm not that mean.
As you
Sometimes you are.
step out,
And then I
as
take
you-
as he does that. I like hold my hands like this. Like you can't see this is audio, but
you hold your hands in a karate-like
in
position.
a karate-like position, and I just like hit you in the back of the knee as I walk away. So that, but like not so that it hurts,
No,
but that so
I'm
your
acting.
knees like
You buckle,
collapse.
and you like
You
did
know
the
how
fall
you like
thing.
kick people in the back of the knees and they like fall?
Shoki's
I do that.
leg moves as if he knows you're gonna do that. He just goes, whoop.
I do it again.
Nice try though. Nice form, really, honestly.
I just slap him in the face and then I
Can you
run away.
teach me how
You go to
do
slap him in the
that?
face. Whoosh.
Because that gets me all the time.
And I go, ah!
The whole this thing. I don't.
yeah, can you teach me how to avoid that? Because my knees can't
It just
take it.
This
kind
whole thing
of.
is going to be happening. I'm already inside.
Yeah.
It just
where are you
kind of
looking?
happens. Oh
I've
shit.
also been inside, by the way.
I'm off the
Also-
railing
the only
of the
ones who give a
staircase that we
shit.
just came
I-
up.
you
We're on the
and I slide
14th
down
floor.
it.
Yeah.
Can
I
you
start
Thanks
sliding down
anyway.
the
Sorry.
staircases.
Can you remind me what rooms are in there? I didn't write them down.
So,
I was
to
busy
your
with
right,
the-
you have a hallway that leads towards what looks like
We're both
bedrooms and a
leaving.
bathroom.
Two to the right. Okay.
And in front of you is a sort of kitchen that goes through and then leads to a area to the left that is a kitchen, not a kitchen, a dining room / living room area.
I'm going to go to the bathroom and see if there's any cabinets with like any medications or anything. So
Got it. All right. Absolutely.
And Shogi, if there's some kind of like an office area, like a desk area, where
Yeah.
like maybe he does his
Walking
work.
down that same thing, there seems to be a home office in there.
Okay, Shogi's gonna go to the home office.
Awesome.
Down to the right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
we're
go to the
going
living
bathroom,
room.
office.
All right. Let's start with you guys. We're going to roll to investigate.
Okay.
Any relevant tags, you can add them.
Oh, I can. Yeah. Let me see. I have la 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 la. Let's see. Maybe I do.
Chris, please.
Actually,
Keep that in.
I
Keep
think
that in.
the only thing I really have is 3 tactics, but I don't know how I would add that now that I think about it.
That's okay. You can roll with just straight up.
+0.
We didn't go very investigative team.
Mine is not terrible. I can maybe do something.
I'm more physical, but I was gonna.
Get info through
That's
other
not
Sevens.
bad. That's a 7.
7. All right. So what you get to do.
Good with people.
We are very good with people.
I have to read this. Okay.
elevator music again.
So what you get is you get to ask me a question.
Okay. What are the questions?
Anything you want.
Oh.
Ask me a question about. So you're going into the bathroom. What is something you want to know about the bathroom? I'm going to give you just the general laydown.
Okay.
So you walk in, and it's sort of like white tile that's sort of like perpetually spotted by another form of like black tile.
Okay.
There is a setup in the shower that has like a shower bar in it. That's usually for older people who can't who are at risk of slipping. There's a bunch of other stuff that's sort of for like accessibility for reaching stuff instead of without having to bend down. Opening up the medicine cabinet, there's a shit ton of medicine in here. There's like your usual like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday sort of like pill thing going on. With Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday still open. There is a bunch of like orange prescription bottles. There's Tylenol. There's all sorts of stuff. There's mouthwash. There's extra toothbrushes and toothpaste.
So my question then would be: are there any medications in this cabinet that are out of place that shouldn't be here?
Gotcha. So looking through all of this, the first thing that you see, the thing that like it's like pain medication, stuff for like vitamin deficiency. Going through, you see antipsychotics.
Oh, shit.
Have been prescribed specifically to Mr. Choi.
What?
That's all I needed. Thank you. I think that as long as there's nothing really like out of place, like literally blood everywhere, I think that was one of the big things that I wanted to look for. So
Gotcha.
I might just
And
kind of
because you rolled a 7 to 9, I'm gonna choose. Technically, you get to choose, but I'm gonna choose because you don't have the thing in front of you. So I'm gonna choose that I get to ask you a question. So my question is: when Matches enters here, what does she think that she wants to take from this place?
Oh boy.
What am I taking?
Yeah, do you want to take something? What do you think Matches would take from you?
It's a bathroom.
Okay, remind me
lot
what's
of
in the
drugs in
cabinet
there.
again.
There's a lot of drugs.
Yeah, it's not her speed.
There's like toothbrush, toothpaste. The thing is a lot of these drugs you could probably sell to the right person and get a decent amount of money for. That's the main thing you're thinking right now.
It is.
Is that these are prescription drugs that you have a chance to take something and maybe it won't be missed.
All right. Well, here's what I'll take. I'll take the Tylenol and the toothbrushes.
Okay.
Those are for the little gopher. He doesn't have a toothbrush. He's getting cavities.
That's true.
It's not good.
Oh no.
And I don't have any medicine to give him when he gets hurt because he's an idiot. So I'll be like, not like my finger with toothpaste.
God, you're gonna take all the toothbrushes, not like leave any of them.
Well, one's for me.
But she lives here, I think.
I mean, there are toothbrushes that are being actively used.
That's
These are
what
just
I'm
extra
saying.
ones.
Extra tooth, but I'm gonna take
okay.
2 of the toothbrushes and any of like the Tylenol, Advil, things that wouldn't necessarily be missed.
You just take them, put them in the pocket of whatever jacket you're wearing. Moving on, who else is you're in the office?
I'm in the office.
All right, we're rolling for investigation for you two.
All right. So I think I have some. I'm gonna say them. I'm gonna see if you agree with me or not.
Gotcha.
Metis.
That definitely applies here.
I want to say it takes one to know one because I'm trying to figure out who this person is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if that's the case, I would also say maybe open heart, open mind.
I'm not sure if that would work.
No?
here. I
Okay.
think that's more of like a conversation, empathetic kind of thing.
Okay, that's fair.
I think those two tags work.
Opens closed doors.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe either Enkidu's guidance or ambitious drive. One of those two.
I don't know if either of those would really apply.
Really? Okay, so then +3. I'll take a +3.
Can I ask a mechanical question?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there the equivalent in this game of the help action?
Kind of.
There is if you build it accordingly. Like, for example, I have tags that say when my enemies are distracted, it's easier. So, in that case,
I could
distract, and I would make my stuff easier.
But like if we're looking for things, I can't
Generally,
be like
stuff
help
that is
action.
like helping is built into the character in the tags.
Okay,
Stuff
gotcha.
like
Good to know. Thank you.
I rolled an 11 total.
11 total.
11
Awesome.
total.
Also, you can change the game and create a tag and give it to
Right.
somebody.
Sweet. Okay.
11 total. So you had a plus what to that?
Well, that's +3.
Plus 3, so you get to ask 3 questions in here, and that is a full
Okay.
success.
Oh boy. So can you give me the layout first of what I'm seeing?
Walking in here,
What were we reading again?
there
I'm in the
is,
office, the home office.
a large desk with just piles of like old files. They're kind of, from what it looks like, they're sort of scattered across this desk, and then there's a table in the corner that has more of them. There's a very large, very old computer that's probably running like Windows 95.
Oh boy.
With like a keyboard to the point where like all the keycaps, all of like the writing on them have faded completely off. The mouse has some sort of like kind of like that effect of like when you sweat and you like use a mouse for too long, and like the top part of it has kind of like scratched back to smooth plastic.
Oh boy. The computer's on or off?
The computer is currently off.
Off.
Lining some of the shelves around here are more of those action figures, just a couple. It seems like a lot of stuff has been taken from here. There is like a couple of other things, and then there's a large sort of cabinet in another corner.
Okay. What are the questions I can ask, or can I just ask any
You can
question?
ask any question.
Okay.
Within reason.
Within reason. Has he told us how long this person's been missing, or did we know how long this person's been missing? Did we find that out?
You know that they're part of a string of disappearances, but I'm not sure unless you've related to them. Would you have texted how long he's been missing, or?
I guess I wouldn't have, but I do know.
Yes. You can just shout and ask.
Price, how long has this guy been missing for?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay, he's gonna start looking in these files. Is there any files within the past 2 to 3 weeks that really catches Shulgi's eye as out of place, or something that might relate to like a clue in terms of a disappearance, or maybe a prescription, or some kind of like medical record, anything? Like just something within the past. He'll go as far as 3 weeks, maybe 3.5, seeing if there's anything out of the place.
So looking through this group of files, these are very meticulously organized files. They're in stacks, but they go by time or order. Looking through them,
Shulgi's been around an office a lot. He knows exactly what he's looking for.
A lot of these are receipts from tax filings. Okay. It seems like he's been working with just sort of like local people, some small businesses, filing their taxes for them, helping them with taxes. And going through this, there's not a whole lot that's out of the ordinary until you get to a folder that is sort of a darker color than the others. And it has about like 3 pieces of paper. And it seems to be what looks like a stock investment report.
Oh.
On a company that you can read as Iris Unlimited.
Iris Unlimited.
but it doesn't say anything besides that.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's a sort of, it talks about like percentage yield. It seems whatever this is, the stocks have been absolutely plummeting in this company.
Okay, stocks plummeting. Okay. Shulgi knows about that stuff. Chris doesn't, but my character does. Okay, so Shulgi's going to pocket that as useful. I have 3 questions, right? That was my first?
Yeah.
Number 2.
3 wishes.
Is there anything I can get from this computer?
All right. Opening up the computer and looking through it, there is like a bunch of like old like SPSS, essentially like accounting files and stuff like that. A lot of pie graphs, and something that catches your eye is again this Iris Unlimited, and it talks about dividends increasing, which seems to counteract the. It doesn't necessarily tell you what they are. But it says that some sort of profit is being made, and dividends are increasing. The company is increasing in wealth and prosperity.
So, but the
But
paper
that contradicts what the paper says, where it says.
Is there
that
dates
stocks
on either of these? Like, do the dates line up?
The date on the old file that you find, it says that it was last opened in a couple weeks ago. But when you check the file, you sort of remember some of the stuff that like. You did, like, when you went through the accounting section and you're like, okay, I think I remember this, and you check the file root data, and it says that the file was imported in 1995 from an external drive.
What year is it?
It's current year right now. It's
2020. Okay, 2023. Oh, so that's like almost like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
My math is terrible, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Close to,
yeah.
28 years.
Thank you, Pippa.
Anytime.
Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Awesome. Great. That's really the only thing I find from the computer.
That's the only thing useful. It seems like this computer was used exclusively for work. Even going through like browser history, it seems like he didn't use the internet. He only used this as sort of like a tool.
Okay, so he wasn't really internet access. Okay. Third question. Those files that I looked through, those were the ones on the desk or the ones in the cabinet?
Those were ones on the desk. You haven't opened the cabinet.
What's in the
question? No, I'm fucking with you.
third question? Third question.
What's in the cabinet?
Is there anything useful in the cabinet?
Opening the cabinet, there is what seems to be a collection of meticulously organized pens, pencils, office supplies, stuff like this. And going through them, there's sort of like a little, you are going through all this stuff, going through it, and you see a couple of these sort of like cases, and opening up their binders of numbers, tax dividends, stuff like this. They're just like equation over equation. It's like scrap paper, essentially. And they're all filed, and they have years on them. And one is missing.
What is
1995.
missing?
1974
Scraps. Okay. 1974?
is missing, yes.
Interesting. Okay. He's gonna write that down somewhere, like he can have access to it. He probably keeps like some kind of like a notebook, or like a small little notebook or something. Or if not, then on the piece of paper that he just got with the file. He's gonna write all that information down. He's gonna make sure there's nothing else that he left, and he's gonna go back out. And he says, "I found something. I found something. Let's be quick about it. We don't know how long this lady's gonna be distracted."
In the meantime, Price, let's get a roll from you for investigation for this.
Yeah, I can use. I get what I want and connect the dots.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Woo!
Please, high roll.
So 9 total.
There you go.
9 total.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Wasn't a great roll still.
But that's better than nothing.
Going through this area, what you find? Tell me what you're looking for.
How many questions?
Can you tell me what I see?
So you use 2 partial success. You get 2 questions.
Can you tell
So
me what I
you
see?
enter in here and you see sort of a large flat screen television on a TV stand. There's sort of an area rug before you get to like one of those like large sort of like faux leather couches where each side has those like recliner things on them. There are some side tables with lamps and sort of what looks to be a large dining room table with this even larger sort of wide liquor cabinet against one of the walls. There's also sort of these half-open shelves in the TV room, and what seems to be a series of glass display cases that had these that are now empty.
They're now empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. The first thing I think I'm going to do is you said there were shelves. On the
Yes.
TV cabinet?
Yeah, there's 2 open cabinets.
Okay.
Or sort of like half opened.
I'll go look at the cabinets and see if there's anything there.
Going through the cabinets, you find a small notebook that seems to be sort of like ratty and torn up, and it's kind of like spiral bound at the top and flips over. And when you look into it, it seems to be like a hand-drawn maze, like one of those mazes for kids, where it's kind of like circular and like goes out, and there's a place where you start, a place where you end, and it is solved.
It's solved.
And you flip to the next page, and it's the same thing.
The same maze?
The same thing. Not the same maze. It's different every time, but these are all like children's mazes that have been hand-drawn and then solved.
Hand-drawn, though?
Yes.
Okay. And there's nothing else in the notebook?
No.
I'm going to hold on to it.
Okay.
Because, And my second thing is I'm going to go investigate the couch and see if I can figure out which side was his, because I'm sure that if there's 2 recliners and they each had a side, maybe I can pull the pillows apart where his spot was in case there's
Sure.
something.
You go searching through stuff. You pull up one of the bottom pillows, and underneath one of it is an action figure still in the box. And on looking at it, it is what looks to be like a very special like BL Billy, where it is sort of like it's like a commando guy, and like he has like 2 pistols and like a beret, and he's got like this like techno armor on, and it seems to have a signature sort of towards the bottom.
Okay. I'm also going to take that because I don't think this lady saw it. Otherwise, it would have been in the auction. So I'm also going to take that.
This guy, Shulky's kind of like saying, this guy really likes his action figures. Like, there's so many of them.
Mm-hmm. This one's got a signature on it.
Really?
I hold it up for everybody.
Do I recognize that signature at all?
Not really.
Okay.
Can I move into another room, or do I not have time for that?
I was going to say that as this happens, let's cut to you guys.
Oh, that's
who
right,
are
because they're outside.
distracting the woman.
Hey,
How are you
yo.
going across this? Or about this?
I'm just gonna go buy something, I guess.
That's fine with me. If you could, like, stall her, try to really keep her attention, and then if she starts to die on that, maybe I can talk to her. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay. You see anything you like? We're downstairs now.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to the table, and Bertie's gonna put on his best little kid face that he's ever had in his whole life, shining bright little kid face, and just walk up to her, put his little coin that he's had in his hand in his pocket, like hold the straps of his little backpack, and like waddle up to her and go, "Hi, ma'am.
Oh, hi.
You selling stuff?
Yeah. It's kind of like a yard sale.
That looks really cool. Is it your stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna look. Will you show me around? I would just look around, but I don't want to knock over your things or do anything that would hurt it.
No, you're good. Yeah. So, we have some like smaller pieces over here. Each we sort of like this is $5, this is 10, this is 15. Kind of going by increments of 5 up to some of like the more expensive stuff, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you.
As they're looking around at all this stuff, Jason is clearly now distracted by some of the B.O. Billy dolls. He's like,
B.L. Billy.
B.L. Thank you. I thought that was weird when he said that.
B.O. Billy.
I thought he said B.O. Billy.
No, B.O.
I was like,
I made that name up on the
It's a
spot, and
bad
I'm glad it's
superhero
canon. I'm glad
No,
we're
it's
making
good,
this
it's good.
canon. B.L. Billy.
Anyway, he's just like excited because they're still in the packaging.
Oh, of course, of course you know about the B.L. Billies.
For sure.
Wait, you can. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
And I'm just talking to this lady, and she's showing me around. I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking to her. We're interested in stuff.
Sorry, ma'am. How much for some of these? These are crazy.
Oh, those they've kind of fluctuated. We've had a couple people come in. The last one sold at 60. I'd say that is a good price for.
Okay. What if I wanted to do the whole lot?
Wow. There's and she kind of like goes through and like starts like counting and goes. I think I can cut you a deal for like 450-ish.
Yeah. And there's just like this deep, like, sense of overwhelming desire that just comes over him as he's looking at this shit and her, and his eyes just flash this golden color, sort of like in a circle, as he looks at her, and he's gonna try to embed himself into her.
No!
All right.
She's innocent lady!
I'd say what this is going to be is this is going to be a hit with all you got.
Okay.
It's happening.
I don't know. Let me look at those because I was looking at change the game.
I'd say that this is what it's going to be. Yeah.
Wait, sorry. I'm just looking. So I just need to pick relevant power tags, right?
Yes, and on a hit, you're going to give them with a status of equal to the power that you have used, like the
Cool.
The number.
The number that I... Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I am going to use... I guess I was actually talking to her, so that's stupid.
No, I'd say that she was
but
definitely
can I,
distracted.
Okay, great. So I'm
you
going
can
to use
have that.
Growing Hive Mind and easier to collect distracted individuals.
All
I should have
right.
tried to fight her. I feel like I
Tried to
had
fight
more
her?
here than I do.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
You should have way more than
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I'm trying to, like, physically control her to let her give me the stuff. So can I include control my host's bodies?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just like...
I'd say that you can add pretty much all of the stuff that relates to your ability.
Okay, great. Then I'm rolling in it. I'm gonna add Growing Hive Mind, easier to collect distracted individuals. I am gonna, if you'll let me, I'm going to use Read My Host's Memories.
Yeah.
Also access their powers and skills.
Jesus
also
Christ.
control their bodies.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Keep going. If you've got more.
That's why. So now I'm looking at all the ones that I could possibly. Do you think I'm fighting her? Arguing with her?
That could.
Okay, I'm going to
Haggling-
use...
haggling is fighting.
kind of fighting. I'm going to use Turn of Fighting enemy into an ally. So that's 6.
That's
Awesome.
plus 6.
I'm going to tell you what. How about you roll with your +6?
Thank you. 7
plus
plus
6.
6.
Success.
Thank you.
So in this thing, there are sort of spectrums, are what they called, of dangers or other people. And when you get past 6, that makes something permanent. Or when you get to 6, that makes something permanent. So this gold ring flashes in your eyes and it flashes in her eyes, and you're kind of
good
like,
to know.
what does this feel like for Jason?
Oh, for Jason, it's sort of it is a very like blissful experience. It's like he has been expanded. He is experiencing twice as much, so it is a little overwhelming. But I feel like because of that, his senses in the other body are very much muted. As soon as he does it, I think both of them start to like regret it because she is him. So both bodies are kind of they're gonna in unison, like hands on the head, like, oh shit. I was supposed to do this. Fuck yeah. Oh no. And anyway, so he's gonna stop and like
Have I
in his head.
Have I seen you do this?
You've not
before?
seen me do
I don't
this.
think
before.
any of you have seen
I
it.
am.
We don't see this, though.
I
It's
am.
just-
it's
I
just
am
Birdie.
wide-eyed as they are both saying the same thing, and I am gripping the coin, like in both of my hands, and just staring, and like I look afraid.
After a moment, Jason is gonna like steal himself. Like you can tell he's just like really trying to solidify. And then, what's her name?
Her name is Tara.
Tara. Great.
Tara Choi.
Tara Choi is gonna go limp. Basically, she's just gonna like kind of like relax and
Watches like the pupils dilate super wide. And she sort of kind of like leans forward and starts looking around.
and then he's gonna like okay and like shake himself out of it. And then I'm gonna just be like, it's okay. I didn't
Do you
mean
move
to.
toward me at all when you do this?
I do. Yeah.
Coin flips, tails.
Oh
boom.
shit.
Like that's my defense mechanism.
I think Tara. What's her name? I didn't get to write it down.
Tara Choi.
Tara Choi. I think Tara and Jason both approach the siren now that they've seen it. Like kind of hyperfixed by it. Like it's easier. I feel like to affect him because he's so spread.
Yeah.
What do you think Jason sees when he sees
well,
this?
Jason. I don't think he knows what she sees. She also sees what he sees because she's him.
Well,
but Jason sees, it's a famous celebrity. Her name is Sama Chen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I came up with.
Cool.
And, yeah. He's pretty obsessed with her.
When you look and
It's
you
kind of
see it,
creepy.
it's the image sort of flickers for a moment, and you see her, but you also see a woman with blonde hair for a moment, and it sort of like merges and collides as you know that you're seeing Tara's mother, but also you're seeing
no.
the other woman, and it's sort of
mother is the most beautiful.
That is
and
really
it's sort
awesome.
of it sort of collides into this sort of like shifting visage.
Scary, dude.
Yeah. What? It's two things.
And I go, help. And I'm talking to her, but I'm staring at you.
I don't know like what the deal is with the siren. Is it easy to like break, or if I'm like if I've been fixed, am I fixed?
It's not unless both she and I are actively trying to like siren song you. You're captivated, but it's not like
Mind control.
Yeah, like it's not to the like you can do other things, but it's like if you were in a room with the most beautiful person you've ever seen, it would probably take a little bit of your focus.
That makes sense.
So it's like that, but not to the. I can't think of any word.
It's not like a literal siren, like
Yeah, no, not unless it's an active, like siren song.
So then
situation.
I feel like noticing that there are two like different people here, Jason is going to focus on Sama, who he recognizes, and use that as sort of like a tether to his own consciousness, as it will take steps back from you and say, listen, I'm not trying to hurt anyone, all right? I promise. I just sometimes
What was that?
she is. I am in there now, in like here. She's still there. She's still there. That sounds worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
Whoa.
I didn't ask for this. Like, I wanted I didn't know that this existed, but like a cool coin or some shit would have been nice, Anyway.
And I look up at her because she's like kind of like slightly behind me, but here.
Yeah.
Significantly taller than I am. She's like a full-grown woman. And I like ask her, I'm like, do you think he's gonna do this to me? Can I trust him?
I would never do this to you,
and then
she says.
Tara?
Yes, Tara says, I would never do this to you.
And I go, ah! And then I go,
I thought you were speaking for the siren.
That's what I thought you were doing too.
That's an interesting concept. If everybody at the table is the siren.
That would be cool, but I'm not gonna.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
And
like
she
that.
like very gently puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, you never know what people can do. And kind of she doesn't have any real corporeal form, so she can't like move me, but it's like it's as though she's like steering me slightly away. And I like you can see that Birdie is like really starting to get like he's not good at controlling what people see of him in like this kind of situation where he like kind of has started to let himself trust you a little bit.
Yep.
And that like you see that snap.
Jason, like, I think visibly heartbroken by the fact that he's terrifying you, turns away, and him now controlling, what's her name? Tara. Will like, it's so fucked up. She's gonna go to like just an item that you were looking at earlier. She's just gonna try to give it to you. Like, here, you can have this. It's free. Like, kind of a cross between the two of them.
And like staring at her and you and not knowing because you said like she's still in there and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I like latch onto my coin and I say like, I look you in the eyes and I say like, I go, just help me a little bit. And me and the siren kind of at the same time, our voices blurring into one, go, don't follow me. And then I book it back into the building.
Cool.
And if you want me to make a roll, okay.
It's up to you guys. Do you think a roll is necessary?
I mean, I think that both of them will let you leave, so.
Okay, then if you let me leave, that's fine. But that moment was like a siren song. Like, if you tried to follow me,
then you would have stopped me.
It would have been like visibly, like you wouldn't be able to. It would be hard for your mind to not follow that.
Hell yeah.
So that would, if you would, then it would be a roll. If you would try to follow me.
Do you want to? You should roll. I'm gonna try to follow her.
Okay.
Him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Onward.
All right, so I think this is going to be not necessarily.
As you run, it is Jason that is chasing you. Like, he sees you from her perspective leaving and then stands up and turns with his own body.
Oh,
So-
right, because he has two sets of eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculous.
So what's going to happen is you're not even going to roll. You don't have to roll anything.
Rad.
What you're going to do is you're going to roll face danger.
Oh.
there you go.
So you're going to roll and add tags. You think it's going to let you resist this siren?
And I
It's
don't
like
counter
this siren
anything?
song is like low-key a saving throw. Okay, sorry, my D&D brain. I roll a 12!
Double sixes.
You feel that
At 12.
the siren song went off, but it affected Tara and not you.
Okay.
That's crazy.
You haven't really figured out. You,
Yeah,
in the
I don't
moment,
know.
were like, don't follow me to Tara because you were treating Tara as if it was
Yes.
So,
Jason, and Jason, you can just straight up follow.
I think that Jason follows you to the door out of instinct and then it's kind of creepy, you know? Like, he's like, because he feels that you just tried to do that to Tara.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he's going to let you go and give you some space.
Okay, I sprint up all of the stairs.
There's 14 flights of stairs.
I sprint up all of the stairs.
Okay.
But I
just
have to stop at a few floors.
going.
It's the street. It's
Just
just
let
you
me know-
exhausting yourself.
Yeah,
as
just
a-
let me know when I get into the... This is
Alright.
a disheveled looking scrawny ass
So
kid.
you guys have just come up with everything that you've come up with.
Yep.
And what is your plan as of right now as you're standing in the living room?
Can I go into another room?
The only room that you guys haven't investigated is
the
the
bedrooms, right?
I really didn't know
Shulgi was actually gonna go there. I found some stuff, but there's one other room. I'm gonna go check it.
I thought you said there were 2 bedrooms.
There's 2 bedrooms, but one of them is being used as an office.
Yeah, so it's just him. It's just
okay.
his bed.
So I'm gonna go in there then.
Shulgi will meet you there. Be like, oh, you're checking this place too. Cool.
Yeah.
As you both enter, you see a large sort of king-size bed. There's 2 sort of nightstands on either side, and sort of a smaller television that looks like it was made probably like 2008 or something, where it's still kind of boxy, but it has a flat screen, and it's sitting on a dresser that is on the other side of the room. It's kind of very minimalist in here. You can see actually something that you can see that's strange is there is a walker in the corner of the room.
A walker.
Yes.
Okay.
This man ain't running anywhere.
George. No, what is that name? George?
Just Jim, right, or something? What's his name? What's his first name?
James
James.
Choi?
James Choi.
James Choi.
Joy.
Alright, I'm gonna
King is a
roll now.
walker.
Oh wait. Yeah.
What are you adding to it?
I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have anything. You said there's no help action or anything like that?
Not really. You can try to change the game to try to give somebody else something.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Nope.
I'll give you a magic
Well,
Four.
that was a 4.
Alright,
That is a failure.
alright. Shulgi will go ahead and try and check. I think I did +3 last time. I think I'm doing the same thing that's the same once. I'm doing the same thing again, right? So I don't have to say anything different. Because I had +3
So-
to the other one.
How City of Mist works is that it doesn't want you to repeat stuff over and over again.
Oh, so I have to
it's-
do new ones?
So it's strange when you're thinking of investigating somewhere else. I'd say let's first examine the fact that you just failed this roll.
Oh boy, okay. Never mind.
So as you're entering in and you guys head into the bedroom, Price, you're still sort of like collecting all of the stuff that you have, and you hear a knock on the door.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
Birdie, as you sort of make your way up these steps, you can see sort of an older man, about maybe in his like late 50s, is knocking on the door to the apartment.
Uh-oh.
I am visibly out of breath. She's still there.
Yeah.
Well, this just might be solved right now.
Yeah, I'm like visibly out of breath. I'm like, and I like try and calm myself as soon as I see him down like a flight of stairs. I'm looking up, I see him, I calm, I walk up the flight of stairs, and I go, "Hey, mister, can I help you?"
He sort of turns to you for a second and goes, "I'm sorry, I was just knocking on my friend's door because I heard a bunch of voices out here, and then, I know
Oh,
that
you
she
know
was
Mr.
down-
Choi.
I know the Choi's, yeah. James isn't here right now, but Tara's downstairs selling stuff. Who are you?
Oh, my name's Birdie. It's nice to meet you. I just am from around the neighborhood, and the Choi's have just been so nice to me. I was coming to see if I could get them anything today.
Oh, okay. Do you want to help me out? I was about to knock on the door or wait for her to answer. I've been waiting. Like, I'm just not sure what's going on. I think there's somebody in there, and
Inside? Well, Mrs. Choi is outside. She's
Yeah.
selling some stuff downstairs.
I'm just worried that somebody's in her apartment while she's downstairs selling stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, if you wanna, I can go check for you. I can go ask her. If you wanna go, what apartment are you in? I can come get you when I find out.
I'm just down the hall in 14F.
Okay, don't worry about it, mister. I'll go find out for you. And
Give me a convince roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna use, the voices are gonna meld in this moment.
Absolutely.
Convince roll, I'm gonna use Silver Tongue, Siren Song, Nobody Suspects a Kid, and also I'm Just a Kid.
Nice.
That's +4.
Is a nightmare.
+4.
Yeah, and can I also use the Siren?
Sure.
Sweet,
+5.
+5. Well, and I also have the Siren within, +6.
Going crazy.
Okay.
we ever need
literally
to
cannot
anyone to do
fail now
anything.
because you have 6.
12, 14.
Thank you.
14.
14 total.
So 10 plus they changed their agenda, include yours, at least for the time being. He goes, okay. Thanks. Can you just check for me? I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, I'll come by in just a bit.
Okay. And he sort of walks down the hallway, opens his door, and
As soon as the door closes, I open the door to the Choi's.
It's unlocked.
And I walk in and I close the door like really, really, really quietly, and I go, "Hey guys!"
Yeah.
And I see if they respond. Do they hear
Price
me?
is like right in front of the door.
Price is there.
I was listening. I
and-
was like,
And looking down the hallway, you can see Shulgi and Matches.
Okay, I go, "Hey guys, there's some people in the hallway wondering what the fuck their voice is doing in here. So I think we gotta go,
Oh, shit.
like right now."
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna check really quick. And she's gonna as fast as he can. You said okay. So how do I do this?
Well, here's what we're going to do is we are going to change the move that you're making.
oh, okay.
So before you were just doing investigation. Right now there's stakes at work.
Yeah.
So what I think you're going to do is you're going to take the risk.
Okay.
You're going to perform a daring, risky, or outright stupid feat, and you're going to roll plus power.
Okay.
Oh man. Man.
Okay. No, I think this could happen. So I'm doing a risky move.
Yeah.
Okay.
People know that there are people in here. A child just went in, and you used
And
the
I-
siren song, but it will eventually wear off.
And you said I can't use the same ones I just did, or
No,
am
you
I allowed
can
to?
now because you're doing it.
I'm doing different things. So I would like to do.
As Shulgi's doing this, I'm like, "Shulgi, now we gotta go."
I'm going as fast as I can.
So you're just going to try to quickly get
brain
something
in overdrive. Metis.
Mm-hmm. You might not be able to apply.
No,
they're just like me or whatever it is.
Yeah, it takes one. I'm not gonna do takes one to know one. I'm gonna do open closed doors.
Sure.
Prove my worth.
Okay.
Prove my worth. And
I think you might have to roll with what you got.
okay, I was gonna maybe barter ambitious drive in there because I'm working quickly. +3. All right, I'll do +3. 13.
13.
5 + 5 + 3.
You do it somehow.
I somehow
on a
do it.
13, you reach in, you like go through. You're checking. You see a closet in the corner. You go in. There's a shoebox. You grab it and
Just like brain in overdrive, just the body is moving, the brain is calculating, and it's just as if like in perfect harmony, the brain is scanning, seeing if anything's useful, the body's reacting perfectly in time, as quickly as possible, efficient.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm watching him do
Off
this.
the wall. Grab. Move. Out.
And I go, "So fucking weird when he does that, man."
I can't control it. Let's go.
And as
Who's got the key?
we're
I have it.
as we're leaving,
Yeah, Shulgi's gonna be like, let's go. I'm gonna lock the door, and he's gonna put the key back under the thing. Quietly.
I don't want to leave this guy without telling him anything. Should we just leave him in his
Write him a note. There's paper. Shulgi hands you a paper pen.
I go,
Write it.
"Shulgi, paper!"
Here,
and I take
here.
it. And I go, what did he say his name was?
He never gave you his name.
Oh, fuck.
14.
Hey, mister, come.
Hey, mister, comma, knocked, don't think you heard me, period. Miss Tara said she'll be home soon, period. Hope you have a good day. And then I slide it under the door and we run.
Yeah. Boom. You're out.
Out.
Just like that, you head down. What do they see, Jason? When they
Oh,
come
also,
out?
as we run down, I Well,
You're either running or you're taking the elevator, you know?
oh, are we taking the elevator? I started running.
Yeah.
Stairs it is.
Shulgi's gonna do
I'm
stairs.
sliding down the banisters.
Shulgi's gonna do something similar. You do the same thing he did in the building, but
Yeah.
on these stairs.
Are there any windows, or are we in like a concrete stairwell?
You're in a concrete... no. So what it is you come out, and it's a stairwell that goes through the middle of the apartment.
Shulgi that, man.
So
Oh,
when
like
you-
outdoors?
No. So like you come out into the area where all of the stuff is, and then
Yep.
there's the staircase. You come down, and that brings you into another one of those areas.
Can I see outside of the building from the
No.
staircase? Never mind. I kind of forgot this was happening. So.
Ow.
All right. So as you're coming out,
We're moving.
what do they see? What is Jason doing?
Jason is standing around the corner from the door, or whatever, like basically on the side of the building,
Yeah.
waiting. And if they look, he's as far, while still being in the general vicinity, he is as far away as possible from Tara, who is currently sitting by her wares. Looks pretty normal, like she's just doing her own thing, like just like she did before.
As soon as I see him, I feel the shoulder, a hand on my shoulder, and it's the siren. And she goes, like, I just feel her hand. Actually, I don't think she speaks to me.
The grip, even though it is not corporeal, it feels and it tightens and it feels like your muscle sort of contracting.
Yeah.
We see this, right? We see the siren?
Yeah, you see her.
you can
She's
see
still
her.
with me.
Oh, Jesus. She's
And
out.
she's been out the whole time. She's been there.
You just hadn't noticed her because your
I was
brain
so,
has been
yeah.
on adrenaline.
And as soon as I feel her, I like snap back into from
Are we supposed
being
to see
in
what
there.
we're seeing? Does it matter?
What you're seeing for the siren is you see the most beautiful woman. you've
No,
ever
I know
seen.
that, but I'm just saying.
She's asking if we have to describe that, like us three, because we haven't described it, but he has.
Maybe
I
not
did
yet.
already.
We'll leave that for later.
I did.
Not on mic. Ooh, the magic of recording.
We haven't done it on recording.
I wasn't sure if we had to specify.
We don't have to specify right now.
Okay.
Right now.
We'll get into it later.
When
We'll
it's
have plenty of
relevant,
time.
As soon as the siren touches his shoulder, he's gonna remember what had happened because he had been in panic mode for a minute. So he's gonna remember what happens, and he goes, "Guys, we have to go right now. Like we can't. We gotta go."
Yeah, let's just grab him and
No,
go.
no. We gotta go. We gotta go right
Kid,
now.
what are you talking about? Take 2 seconds.
We gotta
We're
go
just...
right now, man.
Shulgi's gonna be like, you're freaking out for
Have
nothing.
they
Let's
left
go.
the building? Can I see
We're
that?
walking
Okay.
down-
I'm like,
Upstairs.
I like start grabbing Shulgi's like
I have a
shirt
car.
and dragging him down.
What the hell
I
are
am
you
a-
And I go,
doing?
where the fuck is Delilah?
We're gonna get there. It takes 2 seconds.
Hey, it's okay.
why
I
don't
can
you jump into
explain.
the
I
back?
can explain.
And I
Jason walks
explain.
through the front door and sort of cuts off.
step
I thought they
in
were like
between
in the door
them
frame,
and
yeah.
Jason. And I go, stay away from us, man.
Birdie, what is going on with you?
Trust me, guys. Stay away from us.
Listen, it was an accident with her, but I am a lot better. I'm getting better at controlling it, and it's only happened once. That she's me now,
What?
and she's gonna wave at you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Gnarly.
it's yeah.
Okay.
What?
She's so nowhere.
She's kind of gonna do her thing. I'm gonna let her like just do her thing, but
I'm already going to my car.
Yeah.
I'm just ignoring
Wait.
it.
We can
Guys.
figure this out later.
I just
It
want my
really isn't that
truck.
big of a deal, I don't think. He's not going to hurt us, I don't think. If he was going to hurt us, he would have done it already.
Hey.
Think about that.
He got into that lady's mind. She's gone.
while they're talking, if you like are headed to your truck, I'm actually gonna walk up to you and I'm gonna say, hey, I know you're a kid, I'm assuming. Just say, hey, Matchbox, I think I really fucked shit up with Birdie, thank you. Like bad. Do you think maybe you can like watch? I mean, you have a kid, like they could like hang out and shit. You know, I've kind of always felt like that was really
Sorry.
more of the.
I'll take the kid.
Yeah. I mean, I will give you money to feed them
Oh,
and stuff like that. Like
yes.
I don't want to burden you.
You had me at money.
Yeah, awesome. Here,
I'm just gonna
have $100. I have a
I'm
money
gonna go over
tag.
and
So
I'm just gonna call him and be like, hey,
And I'm gonna
you
go,
missed
what?
my kid?
Huh?
Sorry. You want to get bungee to the back?
No, it sounds terrible.
You would go for it. Not that I like. Do I see him?
it's good. You've found
Come
a
on,
friend,
come
right?
on.
You've met. I mean, maybe have they met?
In the truck. Yeah.
Have you
They're
met?
fine.
Went to karate together.
Birdie.
Oh,
and-
Goph?
Go.
Oh,
Real? Okay. And then I get the
Shotgun. You can shotgun.
Real.
Fuck yeah! And I like hop into shotgun.
It's fully like a 5-person truck, and nobody has to go in the back.
No. And I go, we gotta strap Jason in the fucking bungee cords, though. It's the only way I'm getting in the truck.
Sorry, man. I'm just gonna start doing
Wait,
it.
oh, you're wrapping me in the truck?
That's what she's in the trunk.
Wait,
yeah.
whoa. What are you guys doing?
I
You're
don't know
in the
what's...
bed of the truck
Okay,
now.
We can talk about this later.
I'm trying to fight you guys off, but
And then
Tara is approaching you from behind.
I don't see her.
Yeah.
Look, we really have no time for this. We have to leave now.
It's not like a forcible thing. It's just that is how the seatbelts work in the back of the truck.
Oh, well, I just thought they were... Are we all going in this truck?
Yeah, we're all going. We're leaving.
Sorry, I misunderstood what was happening. I am tired as fuck. Let's go!
And then,
Yeah.
as Tara is approaching, I feel the hand on my shoulder get tighter and tighter and tighter. And she goes, turn around. And then I like whip my head around, and Tara's, I'm assuming, close to me.
Sure, yeah. She was just trying to protect me from being forcibly tied to the back of a truck, but I wasn't being forcibly. I thought I was being
getting
forcibly.
strapped
Maybe it could have just been that like you started moving towards the truck,
Yeah,
and
she
that
was
same
coming
instinct.
with. She was just like, I want to get on the truck.
Oh,
I don't fucking trust it.
Yeah.
She's gonna release the grip, seeing that it's like I'm gonna see that I'm gonna be freaking the fuck out. The siren's gonna release the grip on my shoulder slightly and go, bide your time. And then she is going to go, it's time for me to go now. And then I'm gonna like release a breath and flip the coin and hit it. She's gonna go back into the coin, and then the coin's gonna go back in my pocket, and I'm gonna get into shotgun of the truck. Silent.
She will. I will be like, and she'll go away. I just didn't notice.
Tara walks away.
Just like shove.
Well, no, I just like you get in the truck and then I look out and I go,
As you peel off.
she's following me because I was getting in the truck. She is me, so she was doing it too. I don't want to control her. Please go back doing what you're doing. I was just like sorting all the things out in my brain.
Yeah, it's a strange feeling.
Question that you might not be able to answer because we might figure this out later.
Yeah.
Are you able to release people?
That is a great question.
Okay.
Can we open the shoebox?
Yeah, Shulky just starts as I don't know if yeah.
You open the shoebox, and it is filled nearly to the brim with these torn papers that have mazes drawn on them.
What
These are
Can we
not
compare
solved.
them to the other ones?
Yeah.
What the
Pull out
hell?
mine. I go, look at this.
Oh shit! What the hell is this? Mazes?
And I go, should have sat in the fucking back.
Shulgi, something that you notice at this point is there is sort of like a Trapper Keeper case that Price is holding that matches exactly the one that is missing from.
Wait a minute.
the thing.
What the hell is that? Can I see that?
I haven't opened it yet.
I found a bunch of files in his cabinet, and there was one that was missing. And this might be. I open it. What is it? What is it?
It is page upon page of these huge sprawling mazes.
Fuck.
What the hell is
Swiping
this?
through it, it's just maze after maze after maze until you get to the last page, which is a sort of older piece of paper that says Iris Unlimited. Solutions to all of your it's like solutions to all of your accounting needs, and then underneath it is an address.
Oh my god.
I don't need a GPS.
We have to. This is our lead. This guy had stock investments in this company called Iris Unlimited. I have no idea what it is. Does anybody know what that is?
Tara might. Does Tara have to read Tara's memories?
As your memories mix with Tara, I'm gonna say this might be a roll. Ooh, I know what this is gonna be. This is going to be a cinematic move. You are going to stop holding back.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna. How does this work?
This happens
I've never done
Lunging
this
from the back
before.
of the truck. Hey!
You hope to achieve sacrifice. Oh, maybe it's not this. This is way too cinematic for this.
Cool.
Huh.
Yeah, I have a tag that says I read my host's memories.
Yeah,
which I want to
absolutely.
be able to do from a distance.
That makes sense.
Cool.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
cool.
I'm trying to think of what move this would be. Maybe I think this might be an investigate roll.
Okay.
So you investigate and add your sort of like your read your host mind, like some other.
Yes, I will add Do the basic hive mind ones work? Like,
Um,
read my host's memories, definitely.
maybe like share their abilities.
Access hive mind members' powers and skills. Growing hive mind is general, but that's growing is implied.
Growing is implied. So
That's
I
kind of
think-
why I worded it that way, because I wanted to be able to get him. So, yep, I'll just do the 2. We're not that... Yep. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, maybe familiar with organized crime. Sorry. Because I don't know what IRS Unlimited is. So you can decide secretly if you
Well, right now you have a
that
12
applies.
total.
Yeah, so...
I'd
thank
say
you,
here's
12.
what you get. You've succeeded. I'd say familiar with organized crime would not apply here.
Okay.
So 12 total.
This is a corporation.
Curious about that.
You have 2 questions about Iris Unlimited.
Or the mazes, or just about Iris Unlimited?
It could.
Sorry.
You could do one of each.
You do one of each.
Of the information that you've been presented with, you get 2 questions.
Gotcha.
And these are questions that will be answered by Tara's memories?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to think about what she would know.
Which she would know.
Right.
That's a great point. Well, I kind of just want to ask, what is Iris Unlimited? Like, it's kind of broad, but I feel like that's where we should go. What is Iris
we don't know what
Thinking
it
into
is, so.
Tara's memories, when her and James were just sort of starting out, they had just gotten married. He got hired at Iris Unlimited. It was an accounting firm that would handle large-scale tax sort of things, and he would go to work and he would come back at these terrible hours, and it was the worst. But they made it work, and it was paying him really well. It was about then that he started to develop this interest in sort of like things that she thought were immature. He would get these children's puzzle games and play them all the time. He started collecting these action figures. He just sort of started regressing a little bit. And that's where she felt like her connection with James sort of severed, and why she thinks that he probably left her for a younger.
Yeah.
Because he's always been trying to act younger than he was.
Uh-huh.
This was in the 70s?
This
totally...
he was hired in 1974. And he worked there until 1992.
So that's the file from the
This was
year
the
that
file. And wait, the file.
started.
Wait, 1992.
Mhm.
3 years before the file that I found on the computer was imported. Yeah, no, Shulgi. I don't know if you relay this. You still have one more question.
I do still have one more. Well, yeah, I would relay that, but I will ask the other question first.
Yeah, do that first. The mazes.
I should ask about the mazes, right? I'm gonna ask.
the file on the computer about
What the significance
Oh,
is.
Yeah.
that company doing
Well, but
well.
I don't know
company
that she
doing
would know that.
She probably wouldn't know
know
anything
what?
about
I don't
mazes.
know if she would know anything about the mazes because she doesn't have that kind of
Only one way
a
to find out.
scope. I can't ask that question. I'll just ask the question. I'll say, tell me everything you know about the mazes. That's not a question.
You get flashes of memories. You get these moments where she has found garbage bags and shoeboxes full of these mazes solved.
Jesus Christ.
When it first started, they were only halfway there. They'd get to the center and then they wouldn't be able to make it through. And these different like mazes, he would cut them out of kids' books. He would find them in newspapers. He eventually started drawing them in 1995.
Making his own.
Whoa, that's the year. That's the year in the thing. Oh my god. Okay, extreme. He started drawing them himself in 1995?
Are the mazes that I saw in the notebook, is it the same physical maze as what we're seeing in every other iteration of the maze we find, or are there different mazes?
They're different every time.
They are different.
Okay.
But something to note is they are also hand-drawn in the Trapper Keeper from 1974.
Are they like?
Are they
well-kept?
always hand drawn?
The
Wait.
ones, so a drastic
So
difference
you're
between the
saying
two is the ones that are drawn in the notebook, and the ones that are in the shoebox are shakily lined. The ones that are from 1974 are almost machine precise.
Because you said that he started drawing his own in 1995, which
Yes.
means somebody else was drawing those other ones.
Yeah, he said that they were almost machine printed in 1974 earlier.
But
than
still
1995.
But they were
noticeably
still
hand drawn.
Yes, it is in like
So somebody else
very
wrote those.
like you can see the pen marks, like the points where the pen comes off of the paper.
And those machine ones are from which the Trapper Keeper?
Yes,
Okay.
That's
Trapper
unsolved
Keeper,
mazes in
y'all.
the Trapper Keeper.
yes,
They were unsolved.
They are unsolved.
Unsolved but neat, and then
Unsolved.
shaky but solved.
Neat. Interesting.
Do we have a date on the notebook?
No,
There's no date on the notebook. Okay.
Oh. Sorry, I had to Google Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, it's like that thing. Yeah, it's like a folder.
I didn't know what anyone
But
was
anyways-
talking about.
What is it?
What the hell? So
These
he.
things.
I don't know if you relayed all this information already.
Thank you.
Visuals.
Okay.
So
For those of you that don't know
Fancy.
and that can't see a trapper, no, I'm not going to. Look it up.
Google Trapper Keeper. Play along.
They used to
Play
be
along.
really glittery if you had them in middle school.
But anyways, do you relay this information?
Yes, I will tell you everything that I know
From
about them.
the bunch.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, there's usually small, like a small little like
The window.
window that you can just
That's where I pulled
open.
Gopher from.
But I'm also telling you like that this is all from Terra's memory. So
Right.
like Terra knows
It's
that it's like
subjective.
this. Terra knows that it's this, and Terra. So that is.
But then,
It is
yeah,
weird.
you can still glean. Yeah. So this guy was drawing these mazes since like 1974.
What's the address?
No, since 1995.
I gave you the address. I already gave you the address.
He's been
we
drawing them
hear-
since 1995.
Can we hear what the address is really quickly and / what we know about that area maybe in
Yeah.
the city?
The address is 142 East Park Avenue.
Which is a part of town that we would know
which-
about.
East Avenue.
East Park Avenue.
East Park
Would have
Avenue.
a
Maybe
part
a
of the city is
reputation
it in?
for anything in particular? I don't know.
East Park Avenue is chalk dead in the center of the financial district.
Okay.
Oh,
What's that called in New York?
FIDI.
That's what it's called.
Yes,
FIDI.
financial district.
Yeah. Oh, got you.
Oh boy.
They're really creative.
They're very creative with their names on Wall Street.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh, Wall
Wall
Street.
Street.
Sorry.
That's directly in the middle of where all the money is. Yeah, I mean, Shulgi would definitely know where that is. I mean, he's probably been there a couple times for business stuff.
Yeah, you've been around there for general contracting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Shamash.
What the hell was this guy up to? It's almost like he was obsessed with this stuff. There's just tons of it.
Use my
Yeah,
souped up
he-
truck to get us there faster.
Sure, we can use that tag. As you duck through side streets, alleyways, and through traffic as you
It just
leave.
makes me baby driver.
Yeah, and by the way, Shulgi
like-
gives you all the information about
I'm like
that he
cranking
got
the
from the
radio.
office and from the thing about.
Is there a
the-
radio in Delilah?
Of course there is. It's a souped up truck.
Birdie cranks that shit.
What are we playing? Blondie?
Yes.
Dude, turn that down. We're trying to think here. Shulgi's gonna lower it.
We're
a little
actually
bit.
playing I'm in Your Head by the zombie.
Shulgi's gonna lower it a little bit because we're still
Cranberries,
talking
sorry.
like normal adults.
I mean, you can barely hear me anyway because I'm like outside.
But we got the car. But
In Your Head by the Cranberries.
Yeah, it is.
Over
It's
all of
just
your
inside.
speaking.
Maybe I have microphones.
That's so cool.
In my souped up truck, I can hear everything.
yeah, it's almost like he was obsessed with this stuff. It just seems like it's something weird. Why would he just all of a sudden start aging
Oh,
backwards?
I can mention that he had the antipsychotics that you mentioned.
That's right.
Antipsychotics?
That's important to know that.
Forgot to tell everybody that.
Yeah.
Antipsychotics?
He did.
Do you see? Can I see the bottle? You have the bottle?
I didn't take it.
You did. Do you?
I mean,
You didn't take
you
the
didn't
bottle
take
of
the bottle of
antipsychotics?
No.
We should
Is
we
she
should
dumb?
go back for all that. I mean, we should really go back for all that stuff. It's ours now, more or less. That
I don't
is
know
what
if I
did
want
it.
to. I don't know if I want to do that. Did you remember the date that they prescribed it? Did you see
She's
that?
my
I would
Zoop
remember.
Eater. Why don't we do it?
Um,
She's all stupid good
Whatever.
eater.
but she saw that. Matt just saw the date that the pills were prescribed. What was the date?
They were prescribed. This prescription, it would have given you the current date, which is when they were last refilled, which was 2 months ago.
Yeah. Are they? Would I remember how empty the bottle was?
Decently empty.
Decent.
Does Tara
He
take
was
any
taking-
meds?
From your knowledge of being in Tara's body, the only thing she takes are sort of that similar sort of like she's deficient in certain vitamins, so she's taking like prescription D, prescription K, stuff like that. But besides that,
I
So
wonder
all
if none of the files that I got say anything about like when he was prescribed this medication. Like nothing about like the first initial date.
no.
Damn. Well, that would be a pretty interesting thing to know.
Was the prescriber or like where he got the medication from on the bottle?
I'd say that it's just a local pharmacy.
Do we know where you came from?
Oh, the mental
Yeah, the
institution?
mental institution.
I don't think Birdie's told
I-
any of you guys anything about it.
I don't think
at
I've
all.
told you that I was in a mental institution.
What is the name of the drug? Would Birdie know the name of the drug?
Well, that explains the mazes.
yeah, that's interesting. He's
Would Birdie know the name of the drug?
Well, give me 2 seconds.
You're gonna look up names of drugs right now?
No. No.
No.
Uh.
Antipsychotic medication. That's wild.
I wasn't really
Because
thinking
Friday-
it through. I just kind of went, whoop.
if Birdie knows the name of an antipsychotic, that tells us a lot
It's
about
clozapine. Is the name
And
of the
Birdie
antipsychotic.
has seen that before.
You've been prescribed it before.
Right. That is what I was hoping would happen. What was the medication called?
Clozapine.
I've been on that before.
What?
Doesn't surprise me.
Okay, guys, okay, wait, so you're, okay, wait.
Oh,
Okay,
hang on.
hear me out.
Okay.
So, you know how we all can do this, like, weird, wacky, crazy shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody thought I was crazy, and they thought I was in some kind of psychotic state or having a psychotic break or something. And so I got prescribed these medications. So...
What does it, like, do? Like, what kind of side effects does it have?
Looking up clozapine side effects.
Google.
Side effects may include.
While we learn what the side effects may include,
It can give you high blood pressure, faster heart rate, rapid breathing, and muscle rigidity,
Uh-oh.
as well as fevers and altered mental status.
Altered mental status, huh?
it made me...
Its intention is to fix
and
psychosis.
if this didn't happen, Eli, stop me. But it made me just, you know, I don't know. I didn't feel like myself.
That's what these kind of
So-
meds do to you.
I'm wondering if he was like, you know, he was like one of us.
Because that's why you were...
Well, nobody believed I had a
Why
fucking
they
siren and a
prescribed
coin,
you?
man.
No, yeah, it seems to me like Birdie was kind of put there
Yeah.
unjustly, I would say. But that's interesting. Is there anything about the way that they were drawn that would suggest, like, I don't know, if it was like rushed or if it was like he did it
Or
in a
like-
particular fashion?
Or like if somebody was
Is it a different
telling him what to... Like, I'm wondering if he is under the influence of somebody or something else.
That's my guess.
If he had a clue into the mist like we do. You know?
I don't think we can probably...
It's difficult to discern from that.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it
The
like
best way-
all black ink?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think the best way that we collectively can come to an understanding about if this even is relevant at all is to get to this office building and to
Try
see
and
what this
soup.
company was about.
Okay.
Because I think
It's the only lead we got.
We're
I
on
think
the
it's the
fucking
only
way.
lead we got, and anything else is just us speculating.
Yeah, and as you pull up to this place, you double check with the Maps app, and you're directly in front of a huge, absolutely giant, like multi-leveled parking garage.
What?
Wow. This is the place?
That's what it says on this paper. I don't. Can I? You sure you
Across
put it in right?
across the sort of like garage entrance, it says 142 East Park Avenue.
Oh
Place
shit!
doesn't exist. Wait, I
Well,
look
it
up
was
on
a
my
company
phone.
in the
I look up the
1970s,
company on my phone.
so
It was a company in the 70s.
Oh,
it
got
was like
you.
negative
Is there
40
like
years
And
old.
according to this, you know what the
That's
stocks
right.
were saying? Because Shulky mentioned this. The stocks on the piece of paper that were later in time said that the company wasn't doing so well by 1995. It's almost
Would
as
there
if
be any records of
Right.
it anywhere, like in an old library or
Which
like
is-
an archive?
Actually,
Which is when
wait.
he started making his own.
wait, Shulky's gonna. Is there like an entrance, like a door to this parking garage from the street?
Looking at this,
Yeah.
there's an electronic lock, but it's run with your family's code. So this is run through Shamash Industries. It's a Shamash Industries automated gate door.
Give me 1 second. Shulky's gonna get out of the car. If we're parked on the street, he's gonna walk up to this thing and he's gonna look at it. Well, you know what? This shit is useful. I think that Shulgi would have some kind of like a master, like I'm not trying to say like he has a master key, but like I feel like he would have something that would help him. Like I don't know if it's like a key card or some kind of like code on his phone or like some kind of like file thing on his phone that he could just pull up and be like, oh, this is the code for Shamash Industry stuff.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna try to shoot
I'm saying
Break-
this is probably go toe to toe.
toe to toe. Cool. Well, this is gonna be somewhat interesting. So, Shamash Industries for sure. Open closed doors for sure. Can I do my parents' wealth?
Yeah, that can absolutely be added.
3. I think that's probably it. Unless I can maybe put Metis on there.
I think your 3 is good because this is using your familial resources.
Yep.
And I'll say that as you open up, I'd say that this is probably something that you've jailbroken onto your phone or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like he would. I feel like to get into like certain places, low
I'm going to say, as of right now, I want you to take, what you're going to do is you're going to take weakness to this.
Okay.
I'm inciting the tag Jealous Gods.
Of course.
As you do this, I want you to roll right now. And we'll see what happens.
Do I add the plus 3?
So you add +2 now.
+2. Oh no! All right.
So,
damn it! Fucking what's her name? Isabel or whatever. Not good. 4, 5, 7, 8.
8.
8.
That is a partial success. You get to take 1. I suggest that you're taking. You manage to achieve your goal.
Okay.
You manage to achieve your goal.
Great.
You watch as you add that. You put it up on the on your phone, and you take it out. And as you look back onto it, there's a pop-up message that says, "Careful where you use my keys." And it's dash Zaire.
Yeah, I probably owe him something later. All right, whatever.
And mark attention to that theme that has that weakness.
Well,
attention to
which theme has Jealous Gods as a as a weakness?
King's Ransom.
King's Ransom. Go ahead and add attention to that.
Oh, I don't know what that does, but okay.
It's your XP. Essentially.
Oh, great. All right, awesome. Attention. Great.
Do you mark the...
Yeah, I marked the little triangle thingy.
No, the weakness. Invoke? Or does that we're invoking the weakness?
I'm invoking the weakness.
So do you have to do anything with that?
I think I just marked the little thing on attention. That's it, right?
Yeah, you can just for now because I have it.
You know.
Yeah,
You know.
I know.
I got you.
But anyways, yeah. So Shulgi's like, doors open.
as nice as we all, I don't know, presumably walk inside, or while
Shulgi's gonna open the door.
While he was doing that, I'm gonna pull off to the side and text my person and ask if they have any information on this
Iris
company.
Unlimited.
Iris Unlimited, like any information that he has. On this.
As you text this, and you guys all sort of walk into this large, very hollow area, it's you get a text saying that Iris Unlimited did exist there, but it was demolished in 1992.
1990.
Not 1992, because that's when he stopped working there.
95?
It was demolished in 1995. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that year. Something about that year. He's highlighting that year.
And as you all sort of stand in this sort of echoey, dark, almost like a sub-level, as it sort of heads downwards to get into here, of this parking garage, that is where we're going to end off for tonight.
Yes.
Oh, gasp.
Yikes.
It's exciting. Oh my god.